Good evening and welcome to Plot Court. I'm your main commentator, Ben Brown.
And I'm Kadeem Graham-Lala. Thank you for joining us.
You join us at Plot Court, where we are here for the futsal this evening between the University of Gloucestershire and the University of Worcestershire, the battle of cheese versus sauce. We've had a number of events today so far at Plot Court. I'll give you a quick run through of some of the scores I've had so far today. So far, the UoG have won the trampolining, which they won by 7 points this morning, and they just recently won the men's badminton this afternoon by 5 points to 3. They unfortunately lost the women's volleyball 3-0, the men's volleyball 3-1, the men's hockey 5-3, the women's hockey 1-0, the tennis 5-4, and have just lost the women's badminton in the last few moments, which put the score currently at 6 to Worcester, 2 to Gloucester. Gloucester will be hoping to win futsal here to close the gap to 6-3, with the American football following shortly at 6 o'clock. Both sides have just gone back into the changing room with kick-off about 10 minutes away. We were meant to kick off at 5 o'clock, but due to the badminton overrunning, kick-off has been delayed, but we should get the game underway in about 5-10 minutes. Kadeem, what are you expecting from today's game?
Today's game, Ben, I could not tell you, to be honest. This is going to be some exciting stuff. It is the cheese versus the sauce once again. All still to play for, all still to play for. Futsal, obviously a game very different to our regular football. The pitch is smaller, the ball is smaller, the goals are smaller. Everything's very much downsized, including the time of the game, but does not mean the action will be any smaller. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic game for us, the viewing and the spectators. The stands are pretty full, or they're filling up still as we get closer to kickoff. Yeah, no, they definitely are full. I'll give you a quick run through of the team, starting with Gloucester.
Number 1, Ella Haywood in goal. Number 2, Abby Nicol. Number 3, Gillian Keenan. Number 4, Casey Napper. Number 5, Kira Llewellyn. Number 6, Ellie Smith. Number 7, Charlie Donovan. Number 8, Tash Lelia and captain. 10, Katie Ashmead. 11, Laura Williams. And 14, Ellie Christmas. For Worcester is number 5, Danny Rogers. Number 1, Louise Goodwin. Number 3, Lauren Ball. Number 4, Annabelle Triggerless. Number 6, Harley Savage. Number 8, Saffron Smith. Number 9, Amelia Hart. Number 13, Ruby Mayo. We also have 2 pitch side reporters for us alongside, who are going to give a quick run through before the game. Carl is one of them, and we go live to Carl.
Carl Springer. We are here at Plot Court for the women's futsal. Arena's filling quite nicely, anticipated. Just before the game, it's only about 8 minutes to go till kick-off. Both teams just gone into the change rooms. I think we should be expecting them soon. We'll have live interviews at half-time from fans and potentially players as well.
That's all. We have American football. I will run through the remaining games of Varsity. We have on Friday women's rugby and the men's rugby, which is at Cheltenham Tigers Rugby Club. On the Monday we have the men's football and women's football, which is at Gloucester City FC, and then we have Worcester Wednesday next Wednesday, which will be dance, basketball and netball to round off Varsity. As I touched on, Gloucester are currently 6-2 down and have it all to play for to turn it around. Obviously suffered defeat last year in the Varsity Cup, and we'll be hoping to avenge last year's defeat and reinstall Varsity.
Yeah, Gloucester are a bit on the ropes, aren't they, Ben? A bit on the ropes. We need to... the University of Gloucester needs to pull back, but there is still so much time. Going back to the futsal that we have here, the music is pumping, the crowd looks ready. We are just waiting for the team to step out. I'm very much looking forward to both sides coming out and preparing. Both captains this evening being Danny Rogers and for Worcester team, for the Worcester side, and Tash Lelia for Gloucestershire. Hopefully those captains are getting the team the warm up and the pep talk they need to come out and get the game going.
Obviously, Kadeem, I'll ask you this. The teams haven't really been able to get a proper warm-up due to the lateness of the badminton run. Do you think that will affect maybe the game will start a bit slower than possibly we'd like?
I think you're right with that. I think you're right. Usually teams get a lot of stretch their legs a little bit. We did see some pre-match shooting beforehand, but nothing too tactical in terms of the passing. We did see a rondo or two, but you would think that the girls will start a little bit slower, but they could shock us. They could come out very quickly, guns blazing. Those in locker room, pump up. The music might be blaring in the locker rooms. The speeches might be being made. They might come out with all guns firing, Ben.
I was going to say, I was going to ask you, what would you be feeling? Minutes before kickoff, obviously, there's a lot of people there. I'd say maybe we're pushing on about 100 fans in attendance. How would you be feeling if you're one of the girls about to walk out in such a big stage? It's probably the uni fixture of the year in all the sports. Well, how would you be feeling?
Well, knowing university is low, if you're on the Gloucester side, if knowing your university is down, it's going to be tense. You're going to be stressed, but you got to get out your own head and make sure you leave it on the pitch. So you would hope that the teams are ready. That's what we're looking for. That's what this crowd is looking for. That's what you and I are working for. We're all looking forward to it. Last
year, obviously, a futsal result, Worcester defeated Gloucester 7-3 here at Plot Court. The fixture is once again here at Plot Court instead of at Worcester, and hopefully, like we touched on, Gloucester will be able to turn it around. We are approaching 5:30, so nearly over half an hour delayed kickoff as the Babbitt did go to the wire. The men's team being victorious 5-3 to get the second point of the day for Gloucester, with the women's team unfortunately losing out. As I touched on, it's currently 6-2 overall. Hopefully women's futsal can make it 6-3 with American football to follow at 6 p.m. to potentially get it back to 6-4, just a 2-point deficit with it all to play for on the Friday and Monday. As the lights dim here inside Plot Court in the sports hall, the teams are imminent.
The crowd is indeed ready. I'm so ready for this, mate. You have absolutely no idea. The lights are on, the spotlights are on, and the announcements do begin.
Currently in darkness here at Plot Court as the refs are stood by the doors with the teams approaching. Here they come. Gloucester come out first, led by their captain Tash Lelliot. They have a larger squad, Kadeem, than Worcester. What would you say? Subs can make a big impact in the game today.
I did notice this. This game can come down to fatigue. So with the bigger squad and the roll-on, roll-off substitutions, Gloucester might have an advantage if they play the game in that direction to tire out the Worcester side. Gloucester may have the advantage.
As I say, Worcester only coming today with 8 players, whereas Gloucester have 11. So yeah, those subs potentially could make all the difference. The fresh legs later on in the game, as you do get tired, they can make all the difference.
If done tactically, the Worcester manager might be able to stretch out the players that they know can play the full 40 minutes, full 40 minutes.
Correct.
So with the correct game plan for any game could win you it.
It's true. We are now just awaiting the Worcester team to enter the arena. The Gloucester players are out here waiting, still currently in darkness, to sort of boost the atmosphere inside.
It's tense.
The arena. It
is truly tense.
I think Gloucester know what it means. I think a point here will be massive. If Worcester were to win here, make it a 7 to 2 point margin, it could be too big a fallback. A win here, 6-3, just the 3 points with one more sport still left to play today. To close that gap, it could make all the difference.
Well, Worcester hopefully didn't enter a state of complacency, having such a lead for themselves. To maintain it for such a long time, well, on to the next coming days and for the events coming after, you would hope that they still... Oh, here comes the Worcester side entering out of the tunnel, I suppose, or the corridor.
Yeah, they're coming from their changing rooms, just the other side of the wall. They're walking out, led by their captain, Danny Rogers, number 5. She'll be hopeful to achieve varsity success yet again for her side after winning last year's game 7-3. It's a big turnout from the Worcester fans, to be fair. They've come in their numbers. Obviously, as you'd expect, Gloucester brought a lot of fans being the home side, but even still, Worcester have brought a lot of fans, so we expect a good atmosphere inside the stadium, inside the arena.
Well, friends and family are in attendance for today's evening game. You love the support for your local side, for your university. Any support for any sports is always a good time to build confidence and for them to move forward into their sporting dreams.
See a lot of banners, a lot of homemade signs out there in the stands. A lot of little bashers, to create some atmosphere.
The banners, the inflatables, the bits of cardboard with signs of the sauce.
We've got everything.
Sauce, the cheese. I'm seeing one. Rather be a cheese, my goodness. Rather be a sauce. It is truly fierce. It is tense.
Well, and unlike normal football, for people who obviously don't know futsal too well, there are 2 referees this afternoon. I imagine one will be at either end, keeping a close eye, as it's such an end-to-end game. I know football is obviously played on a much larger scale, but I'd imagine both referees will keep an eye on their sort of half of the pitch instead of there just being the one.
We'll have to see how they manage the game with such a tense game and such a fierce rivalry. Do you think early tackles, early fouls into the game, or do you think it will be a game of
Well,
something a bit more simple.
Football's a pretty physical game in itself. I'd imagine futsal's a lot more, energy sapping. Obviously, being such close proximity, the pitch being a lot smaller. It's going to be a lot more end to end. I think that's why the subs potentially will make all the difference today. Players get tired. You could sub on the fresh legs, roll on, roll off subs, as we touched on. So that could, play a massive part in today's game.
As the two captains come to the centre circle to talk to the referees and to each other.
Five-a-side
Business is about to transpire. Final words from both referees to both captains. Hopefully this will be a clean but mainly fun game, but not lose its intensity. The crowd is waiting in anticipation.
The ball was obviously a lot more different to normal football as well. It's a bit more harder. It's a bit more, to get the shot part. I feel like, passing is a lot more, getting the ball down on the deck, playing a lot more of a passing style football in futsal is something that is definitely more, tried to get on by both coaches, I'd imagine, rather than, maybe going a bit more route one or a bit more direct than you'd see in normal football.
Yeah, you want quick passing, solid passing. It's a lot of ball control in this game, a lot of ball control. So to be more decisive with your pass, with such a small pitch, you need to be decisive. You need to be accurate, or you're losing momentum potentially in an attack if the ball just goes out to play.
And we are ready to rock and roll here inside Plock Court. The referee has put the whistle to his mouth, and Amelia Hart is set to get the game under the way. Both goalies are ready, and we are underway. The ref has blown the whistle, and here we go. Early throw-in for Worcester in their own half.
Worcester starting quickly, looking energetic. Gloucester not losing.
Being kick-ins instead of normal throw-ins as well is something that is different. And
Gloucester got the ball very
quickly. They're breaking. Here comes number 10, Katie Ashamichi. Shot goal! Just past the post. Early pressure. Good start from Gloucester there.
Very, very good start. You want to keep the opponent on their heels, so start quickly. Keep them guessing, keep them unaware. Worcester play the ball out from the back.
Sticking like a high press from Gloucester, try to win the ball high, which they do so well. Captain Tash Elliott is driving up the pitch and wins the throw-in.
South for a throw-in. Or kick-in.
Going to have to change the kick-in. That's true.
Gloucester on the attack now, mirroring the ball well. Slight slip. Another kick-in.
And a nice little switch there from the Captain Tash Elliott out to number 5,
Danny
Kira Llewellyn.
Do apologise.
Gloucester forcing the pressure early on here as they try to look to take an early lead. All Worcester players back deep in their own half.
It's been all Gloucester these
Here
first
comes Donovan now. She strikes from distance. Oh, it's blocked by her own player and goes out for a throw-in in Worcester's half. It's been a bright start though by Gloucester.
Very bright start. Worcester need to get back and get into the Gloucester half in the first place, and they're maybe looking to go long. No one is coming short.
I think
it's gone long. It's gone
right for the keeper, who kicks it out only as far as number 5, Kira Llewellyn again, who picks it up well. Out to Tash Elliott now on the far side, who finds tied on. Some nice passing football here from Gloucester, just trying to get a foothold of the game, calm it down a bit. They've started well on the front foot, put plenty of pressure on the away side.
Played him behind. Oh, headed well.
Good header there by number 3, Lauren Ball.
Out for another kick in. Gloucester kick in. Play back, build up, build up, build up. Here we go.
So Worcester just trying to weather this early storm, obviously being the away side. They're going to feel the pressure coming here. The atmosphere's been built up nicely. Oh, but they're left to break here. Cleared well.
It is a Worcester kick in deep into the Gloucester half. Played in.
Oh, just caught off guard there.
Straight back out.
Worcester just need to calm down. I feel like they're letting maybe the pressure of the game get to them a little bit too early on here. Just need to try and get foothold of the game, get a few passes in, a couple touches, not rush it too much. As Gloucester tried to come forward, but it's kicked up well by Worcester, and they're looking to break forward. Just a bit scrappy at the minute. Both teams getting a foothold into the game.
Well, that first goal is very important for both sides. They want to start and assert themselves in this game, but that can also open themselves up for mistakes. But some very good passes. Oh, as the commentators curse, as they call it.
The ball away, and Kate Ashmead is battling well. Good battle there with Amelia Hart, the vice captain of Worcester. Apparently Danny Rogers is currently not on the pitch, so she'll be leading her team for the moment, trying to get them going.
Worcester looking to play out from the back, slowly moving into the strong goal, or just wide.
Nice effort there from Tash Elliott as we reach 2 minutes into the game. It's still goalless here at Plock Court. Gloucester 0, Worcester 0.
Louise Goodman being tested very early and often from the Gloucester side. She's going for a big long throw.
Picked up well by Donovan. Gloucester coming forward now, number 5, Llewellyn. Elliott picks it up well, switches out to Donovan.
Gloucester looking confident, moving the ball around and moving forward.
I know a lot of these girls also are part of the football team.
Shot goal, great
good
save
by Goodwin in the Worcester goal. Ashby with a nice volley there, but she got down well to her near post, and it was turned behind for a corner.
You want a confident goalkeeper in between the sticks. She can weather the storm regardless of the pressure she's facing.
Yeah, no, it was a smart save down to her near post. Ashby tried to catch her off guard, but Goodwin was ready. Now we have a corner for Gloucester. First corner of the game.
A lot of movement.
Good move
played
by
short.
Donovan. Ball into the box. Good header away. And Worcester just get it long to clear. Lelliot needs to deal with this, and she does well. Donovan picks up a nice switch. Back out to Lelliot. Those two combining well very well early on. Plenty of time. Worcester dropped deep back into a low block.
Bit of trickery in the middle. Playing it long.
The Portland just runs out of play for a goal kick, but no, it's been a positive start, I'd say, for Gloucester. They've definitely been the happier of the two teams. They've territorially they've been the ones applying more pressure. Worcester just need to try and get some passing deep into the Gloucester half. They've struggled really to build anything up so far from their own. The keeper's going long here, trying to just get up the pitch a bit better.
Another long throw, very very congested in that middle.
Done well by Hart, and Worcester win a throw. I think they're just trying to calm it down a bit, slow the game down. And try quieten this Gloucester crowd who've been lively to begin with.
Gloucester moving the ball right to left when they do have possession, but we have Worcester looking to play the ball long.
It's a good pass into
Great
Hart.
touch
It does
middle.
well. Good turn, but cleared well
Into the stands.
by Llewellyn, who has been all action. She's been everywhere to begin with. And Worcester now are finally into the Gloucester half.
Looking for a good opportunity. Back to the
Number
Can
30.
she get a
great
strong
play.
goal?
Oh! It's off the post and cleared by Donovan. Can you believe it? 13, Ruby Mayer with a brilliant turn.
I was getting ready to change the scoreboard.
It
That
went
is
past
very,
Ella
very
Hayward,
close.
Hit her post, and she did well to not turn it into her own net, and it was cleared behind by Donovan brilliantly for a corner. But that is very, very close to Worcester taking the lead. So Jordan at the near post cleared well by Clapton Lelliot, but that is the best chance of the game we've had so far.
The pressure could be going all one way, but one single change of the wind, and that could have been a 1-0 to Worcester.
It was a brilliant turn by Mayer. She sold the Gloucester defender well, struck it well past Hayward in the Gloucester goal, but unfortunately for her, hit the post and did not go the other side of the line as it's 0-0, and we are just over 3 minutes in.
As Gloucester look to take this kick in.
Oh, a little scoop. Very nice scoop.
Worcester take
Picked up
possession.
well
Deep in there now. Good
by
fake
Smith.
shot.
Smith looking for Hart, and has been running from Mayer, but goes behind for, I think it is a throw-in just by the corner there for Worcester, who have, they've turned it around these past few minutes, started to apply a bit of pressure of their own.
It seems when they push Gloucester deep into their own half, they make them a bit nervous. It's a bit it's a bit of an upset even.
Smith there trying to
Potential
catch Gloucester off guard. Lelliot does well to turn it behind for another corner yet again for Worcester, who are now applying their own bit of pressure after Gloucester's early dominance.
Momentum has indeed shifted.
Good
Played
movement
short.
by Hart. She's struggling. Oh, it just goes past the post on a weaker left foot. Good effort there by the Worcester number 9.
Now Gloucester look to attack once again.
As the Gloucester fans try and increase their volume once again, the classic Gloucester chant ringing around the arena, trying to encourage their team to go back forward again.
Gloucester playing the ball from left to right, on the right, moving to the middle.
Good feet by Lelliot there. Back into Llewellyn. Into Donovan now. Finds Lelliot. Oh, just lets the touch slip underneath her, and it goes out for a Worcester throw-in.
Still 0-0, but is still a lot to play for. Momentum is going either way, but Worcester up.
And over the top through ball there just runs out of play. It was a nice try. Nice try.
You can see the
See
game
the
plan.
idea,
You
definitely.
can see the game plan.
Yeah.
You can indeed see the game plan. Just to catch either team unaware for that ball in behind to run one-on-one with the keeper.
Playing styles I'm getting so far, Gloucester a bit more of a pass inside, whereas Worcester tried to go from back to front a bit more direct. Although saying that, Gloucester looked for an in-behind through ball, and it runs out behind for a corner.
The Gloucester crowd are making some noise right now as it goes out for a Gloucester corner.
Captain Lelliot to take. Been several corners so far in the opening minutes of the game.
Bit of movement in the box. Gloucester
Cut
looking
back to
work.
Donovan, nice flick.
Ooh.
Oh, and it runs into the hands of Goodwin, who goes long early does, but a good header there by Llewellyn, and Ashby picks it up.
Head up, pass.
Back into Llewellyn. She's got a chance to strike. She shoots. Oh, it's a
Great
great
save,
save
another
by
one from
Goodwin.
Goodwin.
And cleared well by Mayo. A good save there yet again by the Worcester goalie.
Both keepers being worked hard. Goodwin more than the other, but she's doing very well for herself.
Still 0-0 here. As Gloucester are deep in Worcester's half, passing it around. Donovan now. Cuts inside, goes for a strike from effort. Good block by
Few
Ball.
appeals for handball.
And it runs out for another throw-in.
Few appeals from for handball from the Gloucester players, but referee doesn't want to hear it.
Cut back to Donovan. She's got time. Back into Lelliot. Switches out to Llewellyn. Oh, unfortunate there. Just runs out of play. But it's a nice pass in football from the home side. As Worcester look to break early. Hearts in behind. Good cover in there by Llewellyn yet again. She has been everywhere so far in the opening 5 minutes of the match.
It's a great reaction to come back and cover the obvious threat.
Good block there. And Donovan clears only as far as Hart. She strikes. Another great block by Llewellyn. And Ashby lets it run out of play for a kick in to Gloucester just over halfway.
Gloucester with the ball in the middle, looking to play out to the wing.
Llewellyn.
Picks it to the left.
Into Lelliot. Donovan. Gloucester have had a lot of possession so far early in the game. Donovan cuts forward, back into Llewellyn. Strikes blocked well. Ashby picks it up though. And it's back out to Lelliot. Lets it go out for a throw-in to Gloucester. Bit of confusion there, but it is a Gloucester throw-in.
Gloucester doing well to push Worcester back.
Definitely. Oh, lovely turn there by Llewellyn. Out to Ashmead, who strikes.
Goal.
Oh, just wide. Goes behind for a goal kick. But again, more positive play from the home side.
Lots of shots on goal at some point. Well, and a lot of on target as well. At some point, you would have to see the back of the net bulge at some point in this game. Lots of shots are happening this evening. Another long throw.
From Goodwin just over halfway.
Picked
Ashmead
up.
clears it behind for a throw-in to Worcester deep in their own half. By their own corner flag, Gloucester will look to pen them in and not let them out easily.
Gloucester inviting the pressure from the big long throws from the goalkeeper, but they seem to...
It's definitely two very different playing styles, isn't it? Gloucester definitely playing out a lot more from the back, whereas it's clear instruction from the Worcester goalie to go long. Cleared out well.
Goal.
Strike! Oh! Lelliot just wide. Gloucester really applying the pressure now. Trying to break the deadlock to get the first goal of the match, but as it stands, it's still goalless.
Long throw once again. Worcester doing with it. Gloucester...
Llewellyn picks it up well. Nice turn. Can she
Charging
keep in
for
play?
it.
She does. Oh, great feet!
feet.
And it's behind for a corner. Everything so far that's been, positive for Gloucester seems to have been going through Llewellyn. She's been on the ball a lot, defensively and offensively. She has been everywhere.
Worcester truly need to pick their moments and attack that Gloucester side, but they are up against it once again at this corner.
Donovan lets to go short. Llewellyn doesn't use her. Instead goes to Lelliot, who tries to flick it round, but unfortunately does not find the target. And it goes behind for a corner.
Another corner.
Oh, it looked like a goal kick from Arosat, but the referee has awarded a corner which Gloucester will happily take. Well done by Lelliot. It's in the box. Donovan, it's cleared off the line. That is two big chances, one at either end now. Donovan flicked it goalwards, but it was cleared off well by the Worcester defence. That is Worcester hitting the post at one end and Gloucester having one cleared off the line, and we are still goalless here as we approach 6 minutes into the game.
Worcester up against it, and they need to start building that pressure once again from that earlier chance that they had across at goal. But it is all Gloucester as it comes up the pitch slowly but surely from the number 10.
Ashmead
carrying it.
finds Lelliot, who switches out to Llewellyn.
Ball in behind.
But Goodwin picks it up well. Again, another long throw. Up into
Brought down
to
very,
Hart.
very well. Played long, off her head.
Flicked on, and it's into the goalie's hand. She deals with it well there, Hayward. And rolls it out to Lelliot.
Side to side stuff from Gloucester.
Lelliot now. Some clever footwork in the middle. Switched out well by Ashmead. Out here to Llewellyn.
Shot on goal
Strike.
again.
Just wide. There's been a lot of long-range efforts so far.
Gloucester
from
not afraid.
Gloucester.
Gloucester not afraid to take their chances, which you have to respect. Test that goalkeeper as much as you can.
No changes yet so far. When would you expect sort of changes maybe to come into play? Maybe deeper in the half, or
I mean,
picked up well by Llewellyn there.
Gloucester are applying the pressure until fatigue gets to show. I don't think any changes need to be made. Worcester, on the other hand, They may be looking.
Potentially get a foothold in the game. They might have to. Yeah, I'd agree. Elliott picks it up well in the middle. Good feet.
Great feet.
It's a strike.
Another
It's
shot
well
on
saved.
goal. I would like to
again.
see the tally on the shots on goal at the moment. It is all Gloucester so far.
As Worcester now just trying to build a bit of possession here. Mayo, a nice
Another
ball in
long
behind, and it unfortunately just runs out of play. A throw into Gloucester. Gloucester looking like they're making their first change here. Captain Elliott coming off for number 4, Casey Napper, who will come in and take the throw, or the kick in rather, straight away. That's a harsh decision there, I'd say, for the referee. It only allows 4 seconds. She's just come on the pitch, and instead, because of the 4-second rule of kick-ins having to be getting in that quick space of time, it will now be a Worcester throw-in deep in Gloucester's half.
Like you said earlier, some of these ladies do play varsity football, regular football, so the adjustment to futsal rules can be a bit of a head spin now and again.
Hart picks it up, and Smith wins the throw-in just inside Gloucester's half. Plays it into Mayo. Obviously had that early chance for Worcester. Come closest probably to open the scoring so far in the game. Smith now driving forward, strikes from distance.
Strike on
Brilliant save
corner ball
by Ella Hayward in the Gloucester goal. She tipped it round the post superbly there. It was a great strike by Smith. But no, Hayward was up to the task, and it is a corner for Worcester. Taken quickly and well defended there by Llewellyn. Put behind for another Worcester corner. Now applying their own bit of pressure. It's been a very end-to-end game in terms of, you know, one team having a spell of pressure, another team having a spell of pressure. The Gloucester crowd trying to boost the atmosphere in here yet again. Worcester fans behind us responding. Great atmosphere inside the Worcester Stadium, and Hart just flicks it behind for a Gloucester goal kick.
We do apologise for this ears at home that may be hearing some of the language being used today, but
unfortunately that is Varsity, and it's out of our control.
Very much telling of the fierce rivalry that we have.
Very true, very true.
Plot court today.
Oh, a nice flip by Donovan, cut out well by Smith. Hart picks it up, looks to release Mayer, but well cut out by Ashmead.
Well, Gloucester, when they do pick up those short passes, they are in the passing lanes and cutting them out. They're doing a very good job of that. But Worcester pick it up on the right-hand side.
Great fit into Hart. Hart tried to switch up to Mayer, but Ashmead gets back in well to cut out the pass.
Smith was open. You would expect a shot from that distance. They are not afraid to shoot. Shot on goal, test the keeper. No, you never know.
Obviously, you know, if you had that strike moment to go from range that tested, you'd expect maybe another one to fall through. A good block there by Ashmead. And there's another Worcester throw-in.
You'd rather take the shot and not have it than go home later on tonight and say, should have taken that shot.
As we touched on before the game, the score is currently overall in Varsity 6 to Worcester, 2 to Gloucester. Gloucester ideally need a win here to, you know, sort of stay in touch and distance. 6-3 with the American football to follow this evening at 6 o'clock. 8. Forward comes Hart. Ashmead driving forward now. And it goes out of play. And it goes out a throw in for Gloucester right in front of us. Takes it short to Napper.
Great short passing as we've seen so far this game.
Good feet by Llewellyn into Donovan.
Quick feet in the middle of the park. Played out wide.
Napper deep in just over the halfway line. Good quick pass.
Played
nice 1-2. Donovan's in!
Oh,
what a save!
Goodwin.
Goodwin again.
Solid wall in between those sticks.
She's tipped it behind. Great pass of football there by Gloucester. A nice 1-2 between Donovan and Llewellyn. Saw Donovan get in behind the Worcester back line. Strike for goal, but it was well saved once again by Goodwin.
No easy task getting low on the hardwood. It is no easy task at all, but she is up to it. Now it's a Gloucester corner. Played in.
Drilled in. Defended well by Worcester. As we're reaching close to the halfway stage of the first period, and it is still goalless. It's been a very tense game so far. Gloucester coming forward once again now. Switched out to Llewellyn. Will she strike from distance? No. She does.
Yes, she does.
Another great block and a header, which is easily saved by Goodwin. One of the easier ones she's had to deal with so far as Worcester look to come forward quickly.
Worcester
Cut out well.
Worcester looking for the long ball as we've seen so far, but being cut out pretty well from the Gloucester side.
Throwing deep in at Worcester's own half. Working it down the line. A kick in here for Worcester, just inside their own half. The ref just asking Donovan to step a few yards back. It's scooped into the box, flicked on well, but it goes behind for a goal kick to Gloucester. Obviously, unlike football, you know, normal football that is, it's a lot more in and out, stop start. Whereas football, I feel like, you know, bigger pitch, the ball is on the field for a lot longer. So is that something the players have to adjust to playing futsal? Would you say, Kadeem?
I would definitely say so. There's a lot more time to think on a football pitch compared to futsal one. There's a lot more pressure I feel from futsal. Someone, you know, take a few steps and someone is immediately in your face. So you have to think quick. Think quick your feet, think quick your mind, think quick, very quick, great feet in the middle of the park. She still has the ball.
Llewellyn's coming forward now.
Forward.
Donovan
Number
back into
7 to
Llewellyn,
the 5.
strikes. It's come to Donovan again. Oh, it's just past the post. How did that stay out? Unbelievable. Great play by Llewellyn. Saw the ball fall to Donovan, who struck agonisingly past the far post.
Goodwin left scrambling and looking to see where the ball was, but the score remains surprisingly 0-0. Stay with us here at Plot Court at halftime. We will begin some interviews from the first years of University of Gloucestershire, so do stay with us.
Long ball, looking to release Mayo in behind. Keeper Hayward lets it run behind for another goal kick. As yes, we are reaching about the halfway stage of the first half now. Still goalless. Both teams coming close to open the score. And I'd say Gloucester probably just slightly on top, but Worcester know they come close to hitting the post. There will be plenty more opportunities, I'm sure, for both sides. As Napa does well under pressure. Finds Ashmead out on the right-hand side into Donovan. Back to Llewellyn. Cleared well by Worcester.
Gloucester look very confident when they have the ball and moving forward. They're very sure of themselves. The pass is being played to the feet and movement. It's very, very confident play so far. As Gloucester move the ball forward.
Napa now deep. Inside our own half. Goes for a strike from distance. Blocked behind well. Ashby tried to control, but could not. And it goes out for Worcester. And there were a timeout by Worcester there as we reached the halfway stage of the first half. 10 minutes gone and it's still goalless. Kadeem, your thoughts on the opening 10 minutes?
I'm pretty happy with it, I'll be honest. I'm very happy with it. There's a lot of great football being played. Great feet. Absolutely great feet when it needs to be thrown out. Great shots on goal. And a lot of great goalkeeping. Everything's pretty great at the moment, I can't lie to you.
I think from a Gloucester perspective, they'll be the happier of the two sides. I feel like they've created a few more openings. Obviously, Worcester came very close through Mayo, hitting the post, and it was well turned behind by Gloucester. But on the whole, I'd say Gloucester have had a few more chances. Probably should be ahead, but as I touched on, no goal so far, still 0-0.
Now at halftime, we do send you to Carl for a halftime interview. To you, Carl.
Better chances. They started very well. But Worcester are holding well. They've kept it short, tight at the back, weathered the storm, and they'll be hoping to push on in the second half. Back to Ben and Kadeem.
It's been a very, very close game so far. Both sides creating chances, but goalless still. Gloucester will be hoping to kick on in the last 10 of the second half to break the deadlock.
Well, for half-time, what would you be saying to the girls right now for the Worcester side? Obviously, they've had a lot of pressure being pushed back, a lot of shots coming their way. What if you were in that? If you were there for that time, what would you be saying to the girls?
If I was in the Worcester huddle, I'd be trying to maybe get their foot on the ball a bit more. They've gone a bit more route one, which I see has worked a couple of times their style of play, but I feel like Gloucester have had more of the possession and probably the better of the chances as well, which has come through that possession. So no, if I was Worcester, I would definitely say try to get the foot on the ball a bit more and have a bit more of possession as the teams have re-entered the field and we are back underway. Llewellyn picks it up and wins a throw-in deep in Worcester's half.
Gloucester kick in. Trying to find
Ball
space.
into the box. Ooh. Just flashed through for a Worcester throw-in. I feel like the kick-ins potentially, you know, maybe you got to look. I think you got to look to find feet for the kick-ins. Obviously, you want to try and keep as much possession deep in the opposition's half as you can. A ball like that is tough to deal with. As Worcester go long yet again.
Great
from the
control in
kick
the
in.
middle.
A nice battle in the middle of the park there. Between Savage and Llewellyn. Llewellyn picks up the ball. Coming forward now. Bit of time.
Played
Out wide.
right.
As we've seen another change for Gloucester. Number 3, Gillian Keenan entering the pitch.
Great feet from her. Ooh,
And it's
shots
well
and
blocked
goal.
by Captain Danny Rogers, who's also come on during that break. A couple of changes there. As we had the half-time interval. Both teams freshening up. But Gloucester still in the ascendancy here. Llewellyn strikes a
Shot
distance,
goal,
and it's
great
another
save once
save by
again from
Goodwin. And Donovan wins a throw-in. Goodwin again, making another good save low down.
Great save. Working hard, that girl. She is working hard to keep her side in the game and keeping the scoreline 0-0.
Flashed in. Hart picks it up. Nice.
Worcester on the break.
Releases. Savage coming forward now, but well recovered by Llewellyn, who gets back in well and puts it out for a throw-in. Or kick-in, rather, sorry. Gloucester crowd again trying to raise the atmosphere inside the arena. I know it's a lot of the men's football team out there over there cheering on the girls.
Lots and lots of noise. Worcester trying to reply.
And it goes all the way out for a throw-in, kick-in to Gloucester. Taken short. Llewellyn switches it to Keenan. Nice build-up from Gloucester. Keenan into Donovan. Just keeping a bit of possession here. Napa back into Llewellyn. Good feet. Out to Donovan. Nice passing move. Donovan strikes a distance, and it's in! Gloucester have opened their scoring here. Donovan has struck from range and fired it. Goodwin looked like she got a hand to it, but could not keep it out. And Gloucester have taken the lead here through Donovan.
Absolutely great work from the girls. Take shots on goal, you might get a result, and they have surely done that this evening.
You don't shoot, you do not score. And Donovan tried her luck from range and found the top corner. And that is the first goal of the game. It is Gloucester 1, Worcester 0 here at Plot Court.
As the Gloucester girls look to build on their lead as well.
Yeah, coming forward once again now. Llewellyn. Try a little flick out to Donovan, but just runs out of play. It was a great strike from Donovan, just inside the Worcester half. Fired it towards the top corner of the goal. I think Goodwin did get a hand to it, but unfortunately could not keep it out from a Worcester's perspective.
Her hand was strong, but the shot was stronger.
It was. Captain Rogers now goes down the line. Cleared out well by Llewellyn as the ball sails over our heads.
Had a duck and dive for that one.
As Worcester look to get back into the game and respond quickly. A minute and a half into the second interval of the first half. Nice shot.
Goal.
Just over the bar there from Worcester. Number 6 that was. Harley Savage, who could not find the target. As Gloucester come forward once again.
Llewellyn carrying into the deep into the Worcester's half. Played out wide.
Good feet by Keenan.
Back
to Napa, who seems to be that deep line playmaker at the minute for Gloucester, you know. It's getting a
behind.
lovely scoop. It's for Keenan. Oh, a great, good vision there by Donovan to see the run of Keenan, who broke in behind the Worcester defence, but she unfortunately could not direct her header on target, and it goes behind for a goal kick to Worcester.
The ideas are there, and with ideas comes destruction. Worcester will have to be on the lookout for that. Another long throw from Goodwin. Headed on.
Keenan just loses sight of it, and
So
a
possession of
strike
shot.
from range.
Out wide. The keeper saw it all the way.
Savage there. Tried a luck from distance like Donovan did, but unfortunately did not find the target. And it went behind for another goal kick.
Gloucester once again carrying the ball
Good
into
feet by
the Worcester
Llewellyn.
half. That's the great thing about football, the close ball control. That's a serious show of skill to keep the ball and deceive the opposition.
Napa out to Donovan in a similar position to where she scored from, but switches it out instead to Llewellyn into Keenan. Good football by Gloucester. Strike! Oh, just off the outside of the post there. Great quick pass in play from Gloucester, broke down the Worcester defence. The ball came out here to Llewellyn, who found Keenan in behind, but unfortunately she hit the outside of the post and it went behind for a goal kick.
Keenan finding great space. You have to wonder how Worcester just left her on her own just to find a shot on goal.
Yeah, she was wide open there. It was good quick pass, and as Llewellyn wins the header well.
Pressure.
Donovan finds Llewellyn. Oh, and it's just past the post. Great quick pass in play yet again from the home side. Donovan released Keenan in behind with the ball over the top, and her effort just went past the far post. But Gloucester really trying to force the initiative here to grab that second goal.
Gloucester
flicked on, but it goes all the way through to Hayward, and Gloucester come forward yet again, thrown. Only out as far as Smith now though, who's driving forward. Cut out well by Keenan, driving forward. She's made a real impact since she's come on off the bench. Donovan.
You can see the confidence in Keenan. She truly is looking.
Back
she's found the space again.
Out to Donovan. Donovan cuts inside yet again onto the right foot. Into Napa. Goes for a strike from distance. Oh! What a hit! And it is 2-0 to Gloucester. A superb strike by Napa, similar to the one of Donovan's from range. And Goodwin could not keep it out. And it is Gloucester 2, Worcester 0 here at Plot Court. Big goal.
Absolute strike there. Smiles all around the stadium this evening. 2-0. The goalie.
Oh, Donovan wins it back high. Oh, and it just goes through to Goodwin. Sorry, Kadeem.
No problem at all, mate. It is high-paced action this evening. The goals, the first goal came in, the game settled down a bit, and the second one's gone in again, and Gloucester again.
Napa's going back well. Oh, Donovan just wasn't aware that a teammate won the ball back, and the ball runs through again to Goodwin. But no, it was a superb strike there by Napa from range. Again, similar to one of Donovan, she's tried a lot from range, and Goodwin unfortunately could not answer from a Worcester perspective, and it is 2-0 to Gloucester.
Gloucester showing zero fear when it comes to shooting outside the box. They know that they can do it, and they've done it again.
That's what's called. Keenan does well to win the ball back well, and wins the throw in, or the kick in rather, sorry.
For a Gloucester kick in.
Goal scorer Napa to take, finds Keenan. Back to Keenan, who's made a real impact since coming on, like I've said, off the bench. She's got on the ball a lot.
Here she is again.
Been massively involved.
Retaining the
back
ball.
to Napa. Napa's been the deepest player, I'd say, from across the outfield players, and she's been finding some nice passes. Oh, and it's just past the post from Keenan. I think if that was on target, Goodwin would not have been able. She looked stranded.
Fatigue may be playing a part. She's faced many shots on goal this game.
She has been the busier of the two keepers, for sure. As I think Worcester, I think the early pressure from Gloucester has told Worcester, apart from that chance from Mo where they hit the post at 0-0, they haven't really created a lot going forward. Whereas Gloucester, every time they come forward, they look like they're creating something. Something will happen, and they're going to try, take the game away whilst they're on top.
Seems to be a lot of fire and desire from the Gloucester side, especially when bitch on the back there.
Foul into the back there, and it is a free kick for Gloucester. Keenan does well to win the foul, to draw the foul, and Napa will be the one to take. Good pass into Llewellyn on the half turn. She's driving forward.
Keenan
Great pass into Keenan.
Finish.
Oh, massive chance for Keenan there. Llewellyn does brilliant there on the half turn to send Keenan in behind, but unfortunately her strike went just past the far post yet again. 3-0. That could have been curtains early, just in this early stage of the first half.
Keenan is enjoying all the space that she has. You would think she works for NASA. It is absolutely incredible. The movement to find the eyes of the person that will pass the ball, and she picks up the ball again.
To Donovan. Donovan strikes again. Goal. Another good save by Goodwin, but it's only cleared as far as Keenan, who's great feet. Ball to the box. Oh, and it was nearly an own goal there by Annabelle Trigger. She turns it behind for a corner, but the ball nearly ended up in the top right corner of her own net. Another corner for Gloucester, trying to find that third goal. Drilled in, cleared well by Captain Rogers. Mayo breaks, and it's a 2v1 here. It's a big chance for Worcester. I think I played their cards well. Oh, great recovery by Keenan to get back in. It was a 2v1 for a minute there for Worcester against Napa, but the Gloucester players got back in really well. Great signs of recovery.
Was trying to play on the break when But with Gloucester playing so deep into their own half, to get them on the break seems to be the game plan. Invite the pressure and then hit hard on the break.
Keenan into Donovan. Rogers does well there to win the ball back. Again, Donovan. Back to Napa. Keenan coming forward. Bit of possession here for Gloucester. Keenan. A pass cut up by Rogers. She's driving forward now. Looking to come forward for Worcester. A great tackle by Napa.
Worcester ball.
Puts out for a Worcester kick-in by the corner flag. Rogers to drill it in. It's a good ball. Comes up as far as Tregulus, who keeps it in well. But Llewellyn picks it up and she's driving forward. Looked to find Donovan, but she was not the same wavelength. And Rogers, strike, just past the post there from Savage. As Napa put good pressure on there to not allow a free shot at goal.
The Worcester side isn't sitting back. You know, they are taking their moments when they can. It's just fine-tuning those moments to really have an impact on the game and truly break their own goal line and put something on the board.
Just under 4.5 minutes left in this first half. Worcester need a goal to get back in, but Gloucester are coming forward. Rogers does well to win the ball, and here comes Hart. Finds Tregulus, but it's well. Whenever Gloucester lost the ball, they seem to recover really, really well. Defensively, they know what they're doing.
That must be something from the coach, just to make sure, if you're going to press so high, make sure to get back. Make sure to cover.
Let's hear it. Rolls it out to Donovan. Napa's making an overlap and run. Can she find her? Cuts back inside and finds Keenan instead. Keenan back into Donovan. Time. Strikes. Oh, it's a great save by Goodwin to tip it around the post. The strike seemed to take a little deflection, which possibly made it even that more difficult for Goodwin. But she does well to tip it behind for another Gloucester corner.
The pressure is truly mounting on Goodwin. She has faced many shots today, many block shots, or saves, sorry. But I feel it's slowly getting to her.
She's been definitely the busier of the two keepers. Plenty of saves. But the score is currently 2-0 to Gloucester with just over 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Can they add to their lead? Ball in the box, goes all the way through for a Worcester kick-in as they look to try and halve the deficit. The Gloucester crowd, clearly the happier of the two sides at the minute. Plenty of noise coming from their end.
But they have plenty to sing about. Again, Worcester going long.
Keenan done well. Picked up by Smith. And unfortunately goes out of play for a Gloucester kick-in. Like I touched on earlier, if Gloucester do manage to win the futsal here, that will make the overall score Worcester 6, Gloucester 3, with the American football still to come tonight, the final game of this of the first day of Varsity. A win there would make it 6-4, and would be just a 2-point deficit. It's just to go long, but it runs out of play for a goal kick.
What we've seen so far, Ben, what do you believe that the Worcester side is lacking in having a serious impact on the game?
I feel like they're lacking to, sustain attacks. I feel like, obviously, like I touched on previously, it is a pretty end-to-end game futsal, but when they do get into the final third, it seems to be coming straight back opposite the other end straight away. They struggle to, maintain, territory deep in Gloucester's half. Gloucester are doing well, really, applying a lot of pressure. I feel like, we touched on prior to the game, the subs are making a massive difference, and I feel like those fresh legs are really telling.
And here comes Gloucester working this left-hand side.
One player who's been on throughout the game is Donovan, obviously opened the score, and she's been involved thoroughly in a lot of the good things Gloucester have done. Looks for an in behind for a cut well by Hart. As Gloucester, whenever Gloucester seems to lose the ball, they seem to win it back quickly within a few seconds. And look, they're finding the oh, it's a late foul there.
It's rash.
Keenan goes down under the tackle. I think Savage did try to go for the ball there, but Keenan's quick feet did sell her. And they have won a free kick just outside the box. There's just over 3 minutes remaining in the first half. 2-0 to Gloucester.
Desperation maybe slowly creeping into the Worcester camp. That may have...
They've got rid of. There's still plenty of time left. Still another half. It's only 2-0. As most football fans see, 2-0 is probably the most dangerous scoreline in football. As Donovan takes it short to Napa, who strikes. It's another good save on Llewellyn. And number 14 there, substitute Ellie Christmas, unfortunately couldn't follow in there on the rebound. But Gloucester again coming close to grabbing another goal. Unfortunately, just over 4 seconds there, taken by Donovan. That'll be a kick in for Worcester.
Worcester players backing up, looking to play long, and there it goes.
Cut out well by Keenan. Hart picks up the ball, deep in her own half. Back to Rogers. A bit of possession. And lovely turn there by Savage. Good feet. Great feet. She's still going. And unfortunately just runs out of play. A little bit of possession there though for Worcester the first. Sometimes they really strung some passes together. Look, when they did, they managed to get forward. So I feel like, maybe that's a sign of things they need to look forward to doing in the second half. Get a bit of, a bit of possession to build attacks.
I think you're right. Those little moments of magic can truly change the game for a team. For a team that's 2-0 down, you would hope that change comes quick as Worcester get possession back.
Good tackle there by Christmas against Smith. Good feet there by Savage, just clipped. And will be a free kick to Worcester. Captain Rogers looks like the one to take, or no?
Nope,
it will be Smith, who came close obviously to scoring a goal for Worcester earlier on in the half with a great strike from range. But goalkeeper Haywood was equal to the effort, and it looks like she's lined up for another strike.
I do feel a shot coming, my friend.
Ref blows the whistle. Smith strikes. It's a big save by Haywood. Pushes out for a throw-in. Good strike by Smith. Christmas, good feet there inside her own half. Finds Keenan. Goes back to Napa. Into Christmas. Lovely pass and football there by Gloucester. Unfortunately, Keenan couldn't get a hold of the ball when it goes out for a kick in to Worcester. Hart.
Here comes Worcester playing it long.
I saw the vision there. You did see the vision. It was a good effort there by Savage, but she couldn't find Smith, and the ball just rounds out of play.
Here comes Gloucester once again.
Napa, again, the deeper of the Gloucester players, really controlling things back there.
Patient. Very, very patient.
Christmas switches it to Keenan. Nice pass. Keenan tried to find Donovan. She wins it back well, though, and strikes. It's another good save by Goodwin. That one was sort of straight at her, essentially down the middle, but she still had to make the save, which she did well.
With these girls playing so hard, fatigue is slowly creeping into this game, I have to say.
Again, the 4-second time penalty there. Gloucester too slow to get the ball back in, and it will be another kick in at Worcester with just under 2 minutes left in the half. Good flick on by Hart, but Keenan picks it up. And she's coming forward, she's driving forward, but cut out well by Smith to turn behind for a corner to Gloucester. And here comes Worcester. Keenan's coming over to take the corner. If you were in the Gloucester change room at halftime, Kadeem, what would you be saying to your players?
In the Gloucester change room?
In the Gloucester change room, obviously 2-0 up. You don't want to get complacent in the second half. Would that be the main thing, complacency?
I would say keep the foot down on the pedal. Do not let up. Do not invite the other team back into this game. Go again.
Oh, lovely turn there by Donovan.
Go again.
The next goal was obviously massive, isn't it? As Napa strikes from range, goes for a goal kick. If Gloucester get it 3-0, you'd like to think from a Gloucester perspective that would be the game wrapped up. But if Worcester do manage to nick that next goal, half the deficit 2-1, then we all to play for.
Very much so. Very much so. I would say, no, you're 100% correct. That third goal could, here we go again.
Big chance, Donovan's in, 1-on-1. Oh, that's the keeper. Oh, lovely footwork. Keenan picked up the ball inside the Worcester half, fouled Donovan with the goalie and a defender to beat. Superb footwork by Gloucester's number 7, rounds the keeper and puts the ball into the empty net as Gloucester score a massive goal before the half to take the lead to 3-0.
There it is, Ben. We talked about it, and Gloucester delivered. It is indeed a strong goal from Worcester. But yes, there we go.
Massive goal for Gloucester. Donovan yet again at the heart of things, and she rounded the keeper superbly there. Great composure to find the back of the net.
We said it all day. That quick feet in the middle of the park has been absolutely key to, well, not key, but it's been great to see. And knowing that you have a player that can do in the middle is such a plus for your team.
As Worcester come forward, tried to get a goal back into the game. Time over a corner. We're now under a minute left in the half. The score, Gloucester 3, Worcester 0. Gloucester putting a superb showing in this first half to storm into a 3-goal lead.
Worcester need to keep their heads up now. This is a great opportunity to get one back before the half.
Cleared out well by Christmas. And as far as Smith, and she does well to battle back again. Finds Hart. Chance to strike. She strikes just into the side netting. The Worcester fans thought it was in from our angle. It did look close, but no, it did strike the side netting. And it remains 3-0 here. Gloucester now, I hope, trying to I feel like just keep the hold of the ball, but they've given it away cheaply. Hart's coming forward. It's fallen to her again. She's in the box. She scored! 3-1. A good finish there by Hart to make it 3-1 here. Gloucester, just under 30 seconds left in the half. A cheap goal to give away. And, you know, that could be game on for the second half. A massive goal for Worcester.
Ben, we might be the mystics. When we mention it, it seems to happen. But yes, Worcester slowly getting themselves back into the game just before the half. But those are those moments that you have to play for. You have to keep playing hard, keep your head up and play.
As we reach just 12 seconds left in the half, I feel like Gloucester will try to get the ball forward, away from their own box.
The game is very, very physical.
And here we go, 3 seconds. Stop clock. The clock stops rather with just under 4 seconds remaining. I feel like I have to be a shot on goal here for us to have any chance. From Smith into the box. Good header by Christmas. And that will be that for the first half. A brilliant first half show from Gloucester. They lead here 3-1. And Kadeem, what were your thoughts on that first half?
First half, mate, honestly, it's been great stuff. I'm very, very happy with what I'm seeing from either sides. Both sides are looking to keep the goals coming. So I see neither team really letting up, which should make for a really good second half.
Obviously, Donovan opened the scoring for Gloucester with a great strike. Keenan doubled the lead, and then another goal by Donovan, and Worcester finding the back of the net just before the end of the first half to make it 3-1, and it is game on here at Plot Court with just 10 minutes now for a half-time interval. The players heading back into the changing room, as I said, with a big second half still to come. If Gloucester do manage to secure victory here, it will be 6-3 overall in the Varsity.
Yes, and we're going to throw to Carl and his companion to give us a half-time talk.
Hello, we're back at pitchside at Plot Court. I'm here with Carhurt. Gloucester lead 3-1 from Worcester. How do you think? Do you think it was a good half for Gloucester?
I think it was a great half for Gloucester. I think they're winning the match easily. It's all coming from the midfield. I think the quick feet they're using, the passing, the determination to get back when they lose the ball. It's seconds. It's great.
Yeah, it was almost a perfect half, but then they conceded late on. How do you think that would change the game?
I think that might have shook Gloucestershire. That might have maybe going in half time with the heads a bit low, maybe forgetting all the good they done in that first half. But I think they need to keep the heads up. This is where the captain comes in important, keeping the team up.
Just finally, how do you think the subs will affect? Obviously, Gloucester have a bigger squad by 3 players. Do you think the subs will play a big part in this?
I think subs have a huge part. I mean, Gloucestershire have the ability to rotate easily. Anybody shows a tiny bit of tiredness, they bring them off, they give them a bit, and they've even more quality on that bench. That's maybe where the opponents are falling.
Thanks, Kai here. Gloucester lead 3-1 at half time at Plot Court. Back to Ben and Kadeem.
Yes, no, thank you guys. Obviously been a great first half. Kadeem, obviously a big player in that first half for Gloucester was Donovan, scoring 2 goals, been involved in pretty much anything, you know, attacking-wise that came from Gloucester. What would you make of her performance?
Oh, she's truly shown that she is a linchpin in this game, playing hard, playing long, but she seems to be getting the ball when she needs to and building out when she needs to as well. You know, the team seems to be depending on her. She's red-faced, but she's ready to go.
Well, we'll go through all 4 goals, obviously. As you know, we got a bit of half. The first goal was obviously scored by Donovan, a goal from range, a strike from effort. What do you make of that?
It's a great strike, absolutely great strike. You got to test the keeper, and Gloucester has been testing the keeper for the full, you know, so far. So keep testing her. At some point, she will buckle, and she has. She's Louise Goodwin has been playing very well, making the great saves, but at some point, you know, it gets to you. It does get to you. So she's done very well. The shots are coming thick and fast towards her, but the goals that we have seen have absolutely been spectacular. Yeah,
obviously Gloucester's second goal, scored by substitute Napa, was one of a similar caliber type of goal, a goal from range. And then the third goal was just a thing of beauty, wasn't it, by Donovan? Great feat.
Great feat, absolutely great feat. You know, the two goals that we saw from range, you have to remember, even though this is futsal, a game of close control, precise passing, those absolute rockets from outside the box still can happen. So you got to prepare for it. But the goals that we have seen have been truly spectacular. I'm very looking forward to the second half and see what else the girls can bring us.
I think it was a potential curse of the commentators from us when we said it was obviously 3-0 to Gloucester. We said just need to get through to the half with a clean sheet, but unfortunately Worcester did manage to grab a goal just before the end of the first half to make it 3-1. I think it was just under 30 seconds to go. Do you think that could be a turning point in the game?
Well, you would hope so. Just to get your, in the mind, getting that goal back is saying we're still here. We still have a chance to level it up, or even to go for even before. There's still so much to play for, and the goals can come in so quickly and so easily. You just got to test the keeper, get the ball moving, get him behind, and make sure you're ready to put him back in the back of the net.
If you're just joining us this afternoon, obviously there's been plenty of sport, varsity sport on so far throughout the day. I'll give you a quick run through of some of the scores so far. From a Gloucester perspective, the sports they have managed to secure victories in is the trampolining, where they won by 7 points, and then the men's badminton, which was just before the women's futsal, they won 5-3. Unfortunately, Worcester came out on top in the women's volleyball, winning 3-0, the men's volleyball 3-1, the men's hockey 5-3, the women's hockey 1-0, tennis 5-4, and then won the women's badminton as well just before the futsal game, which puts the score as Worcester 6, Gloucester 2 overall on the varsity picture. Obviously, we've got this game, which hopefully you'd like to think Gloucester will go on to win to make 6-3. The American football, and then we've got the rugby on the Friday. Women's rugby kicking off at 1 o'clock, which will be followed by the men's rugby at 4 o'clock at Cheltenham Tigers Rugby Club. Then on Monday, we have the football, the men's football at 4 o'clock, with the women's football kicking off after at 6:30. Locations at Gloucester City, the Tiger Turf Stadium, and then next Wednesday, Worcester Wednesday, will be the dance, the basketball and netball to round off all the sports. Kadeem, I'll come to you here. Do you believe for Gloucester to have any chance of securing an overall varsity victory that they need to win, not just the futsal, but the American football later on as well?
Those are must-win games, truly they are. You know, when you're behind, similar to this game, you can't put your head down. You have to keep yourself going and look to even just build a bit more momentum for yourself. The momentum builds, the confidence builds. So foot down all the way. Keep it going, and hopefully when the game starts back here, the girls will keep it going as well.
We have the Gloucester players who've decided to stay inside the arena for the halftime. Their players, some of them receiving some medical attention, getting strapped up, maybe a few rub downs as the second half approaches, whereas Worcester have gone back into their changing room. If you were inside the Worcester changing room now, what do you think is being said amongst the players, amongst the managers to try and, turn this game around?
I'll be honest, I feel a change in play, initial change in play might have to change. They are playing on the counter, which we've been seeing. That's resulted in their goal, but that to change, to adopt close to a similar play style to Gloucester, play it short, play it quick, and get the people in behind. It seems to be a winning mentality as we're seeing it today from Gloucester. So play it short, play it quick, get in behind, and try and seize the chances when you make them. But the long ball, as what we've seen so far, has been being cut out fairly often. So a change in play might be the right thing for the girls.
Yeah, I think as we mentioned a lot in the first half, I feel like Gloucester are a lot more passing style of football, playing out from the back. Their goalie, Haywood, has been rolling out a lot with Napa getting on the ball deep, sort of orchestrating, playing some passes to the midfield, a lot of bounce passes, keeping a lot of possession. Whereas when Worcester get on the ball, they seem to be trying to go from back to front quite quickly, quite directly, which as we touched on there, it did work at the end of the first half. But I feel like from the majority of the first half, Gloucester did deal with it really well. Substitute Keenan, making a massive impact when she came on as well. She was everywhere, especially Llewellyn as well. I feel like every single Gloucester player that came on or played a part in that first half really imposed himself on the game.
Well, with the roll on, roll off, there could be a chance of taking Keenan off for a few minutes and then bringing her back on towards the end, just to really solidify, put a stamp on this game. But obviously, these are all predictions that we haven't seen as of yet. But for the time being, Gloucester are in the driving seat, Worcester are trailing, and just to really mount something for themselves or just put their own stamp on this game is truly what is needed from the Worcester girls. Worcester are playing well. When they have their chances, it is very, very, very interesting to see and very dangerous. You can never, ever look somewhere else while the ball is coming towards you. So the girls, the Worcester girls even, they have a lot going for themselves still to level up this game.
Well, another thing we touched on as well before the game was the squad depth, the subs. Worcester coming with just the 8 players, obviously 5 aside, just the 3 subs. Gloucester could pretty much change their entire starting 5 they wanted with their 11 subs. Is that a thing that's probably made a big impact on the first half?
Well, a big impact with Keenan coming on, so it's true. That has to be true. With the Worcester girls, you know, someone else on, just to get someone a breather, just to keep the game fresh and fresh and fresh. Just keep the game fresh and keep the ball moving. You know, tired legs will not lose this game. So,
well, the Worcester players have made their way back out onto the court with the second half approaching our second and back at minutes. The refs just speaking amongst each other. A massive second half of obviously 20 minutes. We have that half-time little interval in between the two. But no, I feel like, again, like we touched on beforehand, when it was 2-0, now it being 3-1, the next goal in the game, again, is massive. Gloucester score it, 4-1. We said we would like to think the game would done with a 3-goal deficit, but if Worcester managed to grab it to make it 3-2, then it will be game on yet again here at Plot Court.
Yeah, well, Worcester just have to get back in the game, man. They really do have to find their way back in the game. The girls are stretching. They must have had words in the changing room or the locker room. So hopefully they can come into the game with a bit of confidence, a bit more confidence. Obviously, that goal before the end of the half, and the ref has blown the whistle, and the team's looking to get back onto the pitch.
Goodwin has obviously been a very, very busy player for Worcester, making a number of brilliant saves so far in that first half to keep her side really in the game. The game could easily be out of sight if it wasn't for her.
Yeah, I say keeping her happy, keeping her very confident. I feel keeping her confident could be the key, as she has faced a lot of shots this evening. The team needs to, you know, rally around each other, keep each other happy, keep the spirits high, and really go out there and give it all. At this point, they have nothing to lose other than to, you know, win it for themselves.
Do you think this could, obviously, like I touched on previously, a lot of the futsal players here for the Gloucester team are involved in the football game. Do you think this could be a sign of things to come on Monday for the women's football game?
I would hope so, mate. I would truly hope so. It's a lot of great football that we've seen so far, so the skills that they showed today could be shown on that day as well.
Yeah, obviously the football games this year being played at Gloucester City's ground, the Tiger Turf Stadium, 2 massive games, the men's football and the women's football. I feel like Gloucester have any chance of, you know, achieving that varsity trophy overall. It's a must-win game here in the futsal and then the American football game to hopefully get the game up to 6-4 as we are about to get back underway with Captain Tash Elliott back on the pitch for Gloucester to restart the second half. Keeper just getting her gloves back on for Gloucester, Ella Haywood. Referee doing his checks, and we are back underway at Plot Court. A big second half to come. Gloucester look to go forward early on, but the ball just runs out of play. That is Katie Ashmead back on the pitch with Tash Elliott also returning to the field, and that is number 5 Kira Llewellyn back on as well.
Keenan not back on the bench. This could be saving her legs for an important moment, just in case.
It's very true.
We truly are predicting things today, aren't we, mate?
Worcester have Lauren Ball on the pitch alongside Harley Savage, vice captain Amelia Hart, and number 8 Saffron Smith to start the second half. Taking it short, Keenan. Back to Llewellyn.
I do apologise.
Good feet by Llewellyn. Brilliant feet. Finds Elliott. Back into Llewellyn. Strike! Brilliant save by Goodwin again. Llewellyn and Elliott combined there brilliantly. But Goodwin once again was up to the task and tips it behind for a corner.
Goodwin being tested very early on into the second half.
Ashmead to take the corner. Takes it short. Elliott falls to her. Oh!
Bit scrappy.
Bit of pinball in the box. Ashmead picks it up well. Good feet.
Keenan
back into Ashmead. Looks for the switch. Unfortunately, no one is there, and the ball goes out of play. Bright start once again, though, by Gloucester. A lot of fans obviously gone for their refreshments at half-time. They're just flooding back in now as the second half has just got back underway here.
Well, from that kicking alone, we see that Worcester have gone back or stayed with their game plan of the long ball. I'm sure, we've seen Gloucester deal with that all day long. So no changes so far.
Looks like Gloucester trying to go a bit longer from their kicks. Looks to find Ashmead. Runs through to Smith now. Bit of pinball in the middle of the park. Keenan picks it up well, finds Elliott. But forward comes Savard. Brilliant tackle by Llewellyn. Holds up Savage well. Lays it off to Smith. Smith now against Keenan, but Keenan does well. Gloucester maintaining a solid defensive shape without the ball. A kick in for Worcester. Keenan intercepts it well yet again. Gloucester looking to come forward. Cut out well. Good save by Ella Hayward. A strike from range by Harley Savage, but Hayward managed to deal with it and tip it behind for a Worcester corner.
Well, any opportunity to get your team back in the game, gotta seize it. Played in.
Ashby now driving forward. Here we go. Gloucester breaking at pace. She strikes a goal. A good save by Goodwin once again and cleared out for a Gloucester kick in. Gloucester not afraid to pull the trigger when they get into Worcester's half. Ashby there off the head. Picks up the ball. Time turns around. Oh, she gives away cheaply. And Hart, it's a chance for Worcester now. Hart coming forward. Llewellyn holds her up well. Does really well. It was a 2-on-1 there for a minute there for Worcester.
Oh, Ashby tried a bit of trickery, a bit of a, might have been a nutmeg there, but those situations, those decisions in such a dangerous area can really put your team on the back foot.
That's what Gloucester can't afford to do, I feel. Give the ball away cheaply in their own half and then create those unnecessary needed like 2v1s where they have players caught up high up the pitch. As they come forward here with Elliott. Back into Ashby. Great football. Oh, it's another save by Goodwin. Either side of the corner, you'd like to think maybe it should be tested a bit more, but unfortunately Ashby could only fire directly at the Worcester stopper.
Well, Gloucester starting how they started the first half. Shots on goal. The keeper working the keeper very well. So expect some goals coming soon as well. If they can score 3 in the first, they can score 3 in the second. Just
under 2 minutes into the first half as Worcester come forward, looking to try and get another goal back to make it 3-2, but Keenan defends it well. And unfortunately the ball is kicked at one of the Gloucester subs by a Worcester player. A bit unnecessarily, but it's all in good faith. Llewellyn to take the kick in for Gloucester. Lelliott's in a pocket of space. Keenan's making a deep run. The ball could not reach her. Lelliott strikes. Oh, and it's just tipped behind by Goodwin, who, according to the ref, did not touch it, and it is a goal kick, but...
Well, there was a slight nick. Long throw.
Good head by Llewellyn. A brilliant head there.
Gloucester very happy. Very, very happy just to cut it out. Very, very happy to get bodies in front of the ball and cut it out.
Well, like we touched on, Worcester do have it all to do. Being 3-1 down, they are the ones that are going to have to force the initiative now to try and get a goal to get back into the game. Gloucester could sit in a shape, be happy defensively, like they were for the majority of the first half. Llewellyn, good header. Lelliott picks it up well. Oh, it's given as a free kick by the referee. Seemed a bit harsh, that one there. I thought she got her body in front of the opposition well, but...
Slightest decision can change the tide in this game. The smart decisions to be made by the players.
Worcester staying with their long ball tactic at the minute, looking to try and force a deep ball to cause a bit of danger in the Gloucester half. Smith's good turn by Savage.
Very good save.
Another free kick for Worcester deep in their own half. It's a nice turn by Savage there to draw the foul.
First half ended with a few fouls, and the second half has started with them. Do you think the desperation's creeping into the game?
It's getting a bit more cagey, isn't it? Obviously, you know what the game means for both teams. I feel like both teams, they're giving it all. They're trying their best for their respective unis. I feel like fouls are just a part of the game. As the strike comes in by Savage, and it's just past the post. A nice pass in by Smith. Found the midfielder.
Substitution.
Yeah, number 9, immediate hot spin off the whole game's coming off of Mayo, who struck the post early on for Worcester. She enters back into the pitch. As Gloucester looks to come forward now. Unfortunately, the pass by Elliott is just misplaced. And forward comes Savage. The keeper does well, though, Hayward, there, to sweep up well and clear.
Very good play from Savage. Just the touch was a bit too heavy for her to run onto. Cleaned up very well by Hayward.
Ashby picks up the ball well. She strikes on range. Oh, it's off the bar. A superb effort from just inside Worcester's half. Another strike from distance, causing trouble for Goodwin. Keenan now comes forward.
Rocking on her right foot, trying to get on the right foot.
She's still got it. Oh, and it's well defended by Worcester as they just come forward, but Ashby holds up well and wins the ball back. Battler against Mayo. Ball still in play. Well played there by Gloucester to switch the ball out. Nice pass and football. And Elliott wins the throw-in, but another superb strike from distance, which unfortunately this time just strikes the bar and not the back of the net for Gloucester.
Here it's still rattling. Another goal. Oh, another shot,
Oh
sorry.
my word, Llewellyn strikes from distance.
No fear. Fearless women. Fearless women with these shots.
Good
from
one looked
range.
stranded with that one as well. It looked like she just watched that one sail past her far post. It was a good strike from Llewellyn. Unfortunately, just past the far post.
Ball has gone on the play, and someone from the crowd has to go get it. Oh.
Referee's here to save the day. Oh, we've got a ball. With just over 16 minutes left. The score is still Gloucester 3, Worcester 1 here at Plot Court. 2 goals from Donovan in the first half, 1 from Napa, and a late goal from Hart to bring the score to 3-1 as Gloucester come forward, looking to restore their 3-goal cushion. Keenan. Just cut out well there by number 4, Annabelle Tregellis from Worcester. Saffron Smith could not keep the ball in, and it's a kick in for Gloucester in the corner. Hooked in, easily caught by Goodwin. And they look to release him. Oh, but it's picked up by Llewellyn. Nice feet. Finds Keenan. Good pass in between the pair.
Keenan taking a deeper role the second half.
Yeah, I think now Napa's come off. She's the one that's dropped in a bit deeper. She drives forward here on the weaker left foot, and it's just past the post. But you have to say you like a player taking an effort on their weaker foot when the opportunity is on.
You do see her going from left to right, trying to get on a stronger foot, but that strike coming from the weaker one as the keeper goes to collect the ball from under the bench.
Just over 15 minutes remaining now. Keeper, Goodwin goes long again.
Throw.
Only as far as Llewellyn, who picks up into Ashmead. Good feet by Ashmead. Beats her man with these. Trigella, she strikes. It's a superb block by ball to get across. That shot did look goal bound, but the Worcester defender managed to block it well and put it out for a throw-in, the kick-in.
Lelia was open for the pass across from Ashmead.
She was there, but I feel like, she's driving there at pace at goal.
Full head of steam.
You can't blame her for taking the strike on.
Fair enough.
Can't blame her. Worcester go longer into Mayo. Holds the ball up well. Lays off to Smith, back into Mayo. There's a nice football from her. They've got a chance here, Worcester. Oh, well cut out well by Keenan. She picks the ball up deep. She needs to clear inside her own box, and she does. And the ball will run out for a Gloucester kick in that. As the ball come off ball there. Well covered there by Keenan as Worcester looked to break forward. Nice turn by Mayo. Smith was making a dangerous overlap and run. But unfortunately, she could not find her. As Lelliot takes the kick in for Gloucester. Look to find Keenan at the near post, but it's well cut by ball again. And Llewellyn sweeps up well for Gloucester, let the ball out, go for another kick in. At what stage, Kadeem, would you say from a Worcester perspective they need to start committing a few extra bodies forward? Obviously now just over 40 minutes remaining, still just the 2 goals. A goal at any stage from Worcester will add a bit of pressure on, but there's got to be they'll reach a certain stage in the game where they'll feel they'll need to get a goal back.
Well, as we've seen Gloucester going forward now, pinning them back to get a ball forward is a bit of an ask, because it can't. Might be able to see it now, right now. But you are right. At some point, Worcester will have to start really, really testing Gloucester's defence, moving the ball quickly and pushing them back instead. But as of yet, we are yet to see it. It was a great counter attack for their goal. Hopefully, they can build something similar to again. Yeah,
Worcester have definitely, out of the 2 sides, been the side to struggle to maintain attacks. As Gloucester come forward here with Lelliot driving forward, good feet, but well cut by ball. Can Worcester break here? Unfortunately, they couldn't get the numbers forward, and it goes behind for a Gloucester kick in.
Well, missed chances from Worcester's counter-attacks, and those, with the ones that they've had so far, you would think at least 1 goal would have come from it, but the misplaced pass is killing them so far.
Good pass by Keenan to Ashmead. Another great turn by Ashmead. She's driving forward brilliantly. Can she get the strike off? She does. Oh, and it's just past the far post again for a goal kick. I feel like, again, if that was on target, Goodwin would have struggled to get down to it.
Seems Ashmead on this right-hand side, when she does get a full head of steam towards that goal, a shot is coming straight after it.
She looked like she has Tregellis' number here. Every time she gets on the ball, it's a nice turn, going out the outside, puts the burners on. And yeah, it's looking a real danger on the right-hand side here for Gloucester. It's Goodwin again, goes long. Mayo holds it up. Good feet. Turns. She's driving forward. She can switch. It's a lovely pass. Keenan, brilliant recovery.
Great recovery. A lot of energy from the Gloucester girls, making sure that they can get back to cut the potential attacks. They've been doing that all game so far, and Keenan's sticking close to a woman, making sure to get back and cut it out for a Worcester kick-in.
It was a great turn by Mayo, and it looked like the ball was going to run through to Smith, but Keenan there, doing her defensive duties brilliantly as Ashmead is driving forward now. She strikes again.
Goal.
Oh, it's another good save by Goodwin. Palms it out, and it's cleared away by Bull. As Gloucester now seem to be the team that are looking to counter, which why would you cannot blame them with only just over 30 minutes remaining. They've got the 3-1 lead. Worcester are the ones that need the next goal to get back into the game, whereas Gloucester can look to counter to grab that fourth.
Another substitution. Smith off for the number
6. I think Savage has come back on.
Thank you, Ben. Worcester with the ball, likely to play it long.
Which they do. Flicked on by Savage. Unfortunately runs out for a kick in to Gloucester. Deep in their own corner. I feel like this is where the Worcester players need to really squeeze up, make the pitch as small as possible, pen Gloucester back in, not allow them out easily. As Gloucester make a change, Captain Lelliot coming on with Nicole coming into the pitch. Yeah, they're really deep at the minute, Worcester, I'd say. I think they need to get up, really squeeze the pitch. Like now Savage picked up the ball well. Cut out well by Ashmead. Yeah, they really need to, get to the halfway line and make it sort of like half a pitch and not allow Gloucester any time deep in their own half to build up attacks, which they've been doing really well in the first half.
Quick passes from Worcester. With the futsal pitch, and the ball travelling so quickly, to recover it is very, very difficult. On a bigger pitch, obviously, you have more space to run and really stretch your legs to get after the ball. But on this,
Savage finds Mayo in the box. Back into Savage. Cleared out well by Llewellyn.
Cleared well.
It looks like Gloucester are going a bit more of a defensive shape now, where they've got Keenan up top with sort of like a back three. Maybe Llewellyn just sort of sitting in front of the back three trying to protect them. As Worcester go long, but unfortunately it goes out of play again for them. And it's a goal kick for Gloucester.
But with the substitutions happening close to the same time, you have to see what impact they can make onto the pitch.
Haber goes long, looking to find Keenan. She strikes! On the half volley test. Good win.
Not as fierce as the one we saw prior to that.
Nice header by Ashmead into Keenan. She needs some support. Manages to win the throw-in.
Gloucester staying optimistic.
Ashmead trying to find a couple. It's cut out by Savage. Llewellyn does well to cut out her pass. Looking to release Mayo in behind. But a solid defensive display from Llewellyn when she's coming on. Keenan there gets a foot to it, falls to Mayo though. Quick feet. In the middle of the pitch. Looks to find Smith. Unfortunately, the ball goes out of play for a kick into Gloucester.
Bit of frustration from the Worcester women.
We're starting to kick with just over 12 minutes remaining now. 8 minutes gone into this second half. And the score remains 3-1 as it was at half time. Need a new ball, as unfortunately one of the balls has gone out of play. The crowd has definitely quieted down. Obviously, it's been a bit of a lull the past couple of minutes and not really a lot's gone on. Not a lot to shout about. Worcester go long. Looking to create something through Savage, who strikes. Good block by Ashmead. Llewellyn picks up the ball well. That's what they've done well, I feel. They picked up the first and second balls. It's a good pass by Keenan, but it's cut out well by Mayo. They've picked up the first and second balls really well, Gloucester, when defending. They haven't allowed Worcester a lot of time on the ball, and that's why they've struggled to build attacks.
Gloucester not afraid to really throw themselves in front of the ball just to cut it out or to pick it back up, like we just seen from Ashmead right there.
Keenan picks up well, and it falls to Ashmead, driving forward.
Finds
cut out well by Bull, who slips on the ball, but it's good defending as the ball goes out of play for another kick in to Gloss. Llewellyn.
Long.
Nice little dink. Good header by Bull. Switch by Mayo. Finds Tregellis. Back into Mayo. Nice little fit to Savage. Nickel does well. Sweep around the back to clear. As Worcester try to build a bit of pressure to get back into the game.
Worcester women finding their feet ever so slightly late in the game, but finding their feet nonetheless. Trying to create for themselves. Good
block by Llewellyn, and again forces the ball behind for a corner. not allowing Worcester any free shots on goal, protecting their keeper very, very well.
Haywood has worked very hard this game, regardless of the scoreline may not reflect it, but she has worked very. Whoa!
A lethal strike that
Slap
was described as
shot.
by Savage from the corner.
Shot.
Sails miles over the bar. If on target, it probably would have caused Haywood trouble, but from a Gloucester point of view, fortunately, it was off target. Nicole driving forward now through the middle. She still managed to get through it. Oh, it's unfortunate there. The ball did strike the hand. It's one of them ones where it was, hands were close to the body, but unfortunately, it did just strike the hand, and it's a free kick to Worcester as the Gloucester fans tried to build the atmosphere again. Cheering on number 10 Katie Ashmead, who's put in a great performance for Gloucester as we nearly reached the halfway stage of the second period. Just over 10 minutes to go. Gloucester go long and it rolls out of play. Worcester are called a timeout here with just over 10 minutes to go, and I feel like they're trying to gather their thoughts with, not a lot has happened from their point of view in this second period. As we go back to Carl, who is live pitch side for us, reporting.
Yeah, back pitch side at Clock Court. Still Gloucester lead 3-1 just as half time. It's been quite a quiet half, not much happened. Gloucester have had a couple of chances, but they're keeping Worcester quiet, and they'll be hoping to do that for the rest of the game. Back to you, Ben and Kadim.
So thank you, Carl. Compared to the first half, it hasn't seen a lot of goal match action compared to what we did see in that first period. But from a Gloucester point of view, they'd be more than happy with that. They don't need any more goals. Is it stage 3-1? They will not complain, will they?
No, not at all. I feel there's still a lot of intent from both sides. And I'll be honest with you, I'm seeing a lot of intent from Hardy Savage. She is truly trying to make the game go her side from her angle. Sorry, 2 shots towards the Gloucester end, and an absolute cracker that sailed over the bar. But the intent is there, the energy is there. I feel the game is going to flow through her.
Yeah, as the ref call the players back onto the pitch with just over 10 minutes remaining in the game. It's currently Gloucester 3, Worcester 1 here at Plot Court. As Gloucester are 10 minutes away from scoring their third varsity point of the day to make the score 6-3 overall. The game is back underway. And Worcester once again looking to go long to try and build an attack through Captain Rogers, who has re-entered the pitch. Finds Hart, who tries a ball in behind, but it's only through to Haywood. Haywood goes long.
Savage,
good header by Savage.
Rising, Keenan,
Ashmead.
Sorry.
He's the goalie. No, she turns well, Llewellyn.
Trying to find the pass.
It's good feet. Good pressure by Mayo. But Llewellyn does well to win the goal kick there. Under pressure, deep in their own half.
Retreating back to her own goal. Trying to find a pass. With the rule of futsal, you cannot give it back to the goalkeeper. So that is always the difficulty of this sport. But you have to rely on your own skills to get yourself out of a bad situation.
Captain Rogers does well to win the ball back. Finds Mayo, who's forced backwards through the Gloucester defensive pressure. Finds her captain once again, Rogers. Good feet. Cut well by Llewellyn, and it falls to Mayo. Oh, what a save by Haywood. The two players collide. It looked like a nasty little instant there. I feel like the keeper had every right to dive, but unfortunately both players seem to come off worse for wear there.
Those are the dangers of a 50-50 ball as the medical team does rush into the pitch to tend to the players.
Yeah, no, the ball, obviously a bit of a pinball in the Gloucester box. The ball fell to Mayo, but keeper Haywood rushed out, dived at the feet of the Worcester striker, and they both unfortunately collided, which seemed a bit of a nasty injury suffered to both there. I feel like it was maybe shins, knees, clash. As the physios rush on to attend the two players.
Hopefully they are okay, but it's showing the fight and clear intent for goal stopping and goal scoring. Hopefully the girls are okay.
Just under 10 minutes remain now in the game. The score still 3-1 to Gloucester as it was at half time. Charlie Donovan opened the scoring with a long range strike. Then Casey Napper again another long range strike to make it 2-0. Then a second for Donovan, rounding the keeper with some great footwork to score. And then Worcester, vice-captain Amelia Hart, making it 3-1 just before the break as Ruby Mayo's returned to her feet. Good sight to see. Keeper Hayward still currently on the ground, receiving some attention, but is hopeful to continue. Looks like the rest, I think, for the keeper.
Yeah, that's the difference with futsal. You're not falling to soft grass or astroturf. You're falling to hardwood flooring. Both girls are up.
But she's up okay. Both of them share a moment. Nice to see.
We are clearly looking... She's testing our arm a little bit. She's not...
Well, unfortunately, as a keeper, your arm is one of the most important areas.
True,
so
true.
if it is, struggling with injury...
Well, Gloucester do have players on the bench. Ooh, she is coming off.
She is. I think it might have to mean an outfield player for Gloucester might have to go in goal. I don't believe they have a substitute goalie on the bench. So this will mean an outfielder will be taking the gloves for Gloucester and going in goal for the last 10 minutes. Could that be a bit of a turning point?
Well, Ben, I was about to ask you the same exact question, but you are right. Worcester may be looking at this as a great opportunity to get shots on goal. And with a player that's not used to that position, they could find the back of the net. This is a very good opportunity for Worcester. It's a bad situation for Gloucester, clearly, but a decision has to be made.
If you were from, like you say, if you're from a Worcester point of view here, with an outfielder going in goal, you'd be thinking you need to test them early, get some shots off, see what they are like as an outfielder. I'm sure Gloucester will have someone of capable ability to fulfill the role of goalkeeper, but like you said, it's a bit of an unexpected circumstance with goalkeeper, unfortunately, Ella Hayward having to come off due to the injury. And it will be an outfielder going in goal. I'm just trying to see who will be looking like to go in goal. I don't think Hayward is fit to continue.
No, I think she's icing her arm currently. But this is down to the Gloucester coach's decision on who she believes will be the best option to fill that role. This is a very good opportunity for Worcester there, just huddled together, probably formulating a game plan. Oh, hang on, she's back up.
And she is carrying on.
We love to see that.
You do indeed. That is what varsity means to these players. They're willing to fight through the pain for their team to secure victory. You have to respect it from Ella Hayward. It was a nasty collision. Both players are still carrying on. Respect to Ruby Mayo as well. It looked nasty for her as well, but both players have managed to continue, and the referee is going to get the game back underway with just over 9 minutes remaining here at Plot Court.
It's a great show of bravery. We would hope that she doesn't overstrain herself as Gloucester get a game going and back going again with a kick-in.
Number 6 for Gloucester, Ellie Smith, has now entered the pitch as well, replacing the impressive Gillian Keenan, who was taking a rest. Oh no, Gillian Keenan is still on the pitch. I beg your pardon. She strikes on range.
Ooh, great dip on that ball.
It did, yeah. A bit further round. Potentially that would have been testing Louise Goodwin in the Worcester goal. I'm just trying to work out who has come off from a Gloucester. I think Charlie Donovan has come off.
Gloucester, great drag back to make space
Smith,
for herself.
Yeah.
Played
she
out
does
wide.
Well. Good switch by Keenan to Ashmead. Ashmead just forced out a play. Good pressure there by Savage to win the throw for our side. You can feel the tension inside the arena with just under 9 minutes remaining. The score 3-1.
Savage chasing it and chases out for a Gloucester kick-in.
I feel like Worcester are potentially thinking it could be now or never for a goal to get back into the game. Just over 8 minutes, just under 9 minutes remaining. They need to get a goal to give themselves the chance.
Donovan back into the game. Picks up the ball,
Nice
plays
play.
out wide.
Oh, it's unlucky. It's unlucky. Captain Rogers goes long. Headed by Keenan, and the ball's come through to Donovan. Chance. Oh, she tried the roulette. Unfortunately, the ball ran underneath her foot and went through to keeper Goodwin. Oh, and it's a through to Mayo. She's in. It's a chance. Oh, what a block by Llewellyn.
That is the Gloucester defence working hard to get back to shield their goalkeeper.
Unbelievable recovery from Gloucester's number 5 to get back in and prevent a strike on goal. It is a corner for Worcester, however.
With the Gloucester goalkeeper taking a quick knock, you would think it's so imperative for the Gloucester defence to really solidify
and protect her.
And protect the goal. Exactly.
Ashby driving forward here. What a run. Oh, the ball just goes out of play on the far side. It was a great run by the number 10, but unfortunately the ball just went out of play. Here come Worcester now. Keenan
On the
finds
left
Smith,
side.
who's just come on. Chance. Big
Great
save
save
by
with-
Haywood
through
with
the
her legs.
Here comes Ashmead.
Ashmead now. It's an end-to-end game. She
Strong
strikes. Oh, it's another big save.
Tipped over
Goodwin
the
tips
bar.
it over the bar. End to end here at Plot Court. 2 big saves by both goalies. Haywood tipping it over, or making a great save with her legs rather, to set Ashmead away on the breakaway, who struck superbly towards the top corner, but Goodwin was equal to the task and tipped it over for a Gloucester corner. Flashed in. Oh, what a chance! Donovan flashed it across the face of goal. It came through to Keenan, who couldn't direct her effort goalwards. It's been awarded a corner, however, for Gloucester. It looked like Keenan got the last touch there, with the ball just going wide.
Referee making a quick adjustment to the goalpost as Gloucester are in for this corner
Keenan
kick.
to whip in. Cleared out well by Smith. And it is a Gloucester throw-in. Kicking rather just inside Worcester's half. Llewellyn goes back to Donovan. Donovan finds Ashmead with a good pass. Ashmead cuts aside, a little nutmeg, strikes. Oh, a little... I thought that took a deflection, but it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Gloucester attacks are looking very solid when you have Keenan and Ashmead pinned into the corners, free and ready for shots on goal.
Yeah, for Donovan's gone back up front. She's in search of a hat-trick. Obviously got the brace in the first half. She'll be looking to try and grab that third and secure a hat-trick for herself. As nearly comes through to Ashmead. Donovan applying the pressure, but the ball goes out for a Gloucester ball.
That's a danger of playing it long when you're playing the ball from so deep in your own half. If you give up the ball, the breakaway from the other team could be disastrous. As Gloucester pick up the ball now for a kick-in. Ooh, referee's blown a whistle.
I think there could be a bit of an issue with the goal here. The referee looks like he's trying to adjust something. Maybe the post back on the line, or is it slightly raised the net? Yeah, he's just doing some sort of adjustments.
It was that shot off the crossbar.
I think it probably rattled the goal that much there. Yeah, no, it's moved the goal.
Vicious enough to shift the entire goal.
Just under 7.5 minutes remaining at Plock. Still 3-1. 3-1 at half-time.
Conversation between Goodwin and the referee just to make sure that the goal is in the right position.
Yeah, looks all right. I think the referee's happy to continue as he's walking back off the pitch.
Yep, here we go.
And we'll be back underway. Llewellyn looks short for Keenan. Keenan back to Llewellyn. Finds Donovan. Nice pass in football from Gloucester. Back to the goalie Haywood. Goes long. Good header by Rogers. Does well. And Gloucester, we have it. The clock is ticking down nicely. Just over 7 minutes remaining. It's been a very professional display in this second half. Limited Worcester to a couple of ranges, a couple of efforts from range. They had a good chance, which Haywood made a brave dive and save to keep out Mayo. But
Savage playing the ball forward.
Worcester will need a goal soon if they are to get back into the game.
Great turn. Still on the ball, Gloucester.
Llewellyn's done superbly well there
Finds
to keep the ball in
Ashmead.
play. Ashmead now driving, great
Knocks
touch.
the ball forward, runs after it.
The ref has awarded a foul there. She's been a real danger on this right hand side. She's very direct. Likes to
slight
take
nip.
on her opponent, doesn't she?
She does indeed, and she's been winning a vast majority of them. The touch was a little bit heavy, and obviously with a heavy touch you want to slow down your opponent, but that's resulted in the free kick.
Donovan to take just inside the Worcester half. Goes for goal. Oh, it's a venomous strike which just goes narrowly over the crossbar. Obviously looking for a hat-trick. Grabbed 2 in the first half. It was a good strike by Gloucester's number 7 as Goodwin throws out long, finds Savage. Nice turn. But great tackle once again by Llewellyn. And it falls to Donovan. Great feet.
Turn.
She's found Keenan on the far side. The Worcester players get back in well. Back out to Llewellyn. Look for a scoop through ball, and it just runs through to keeper Goodwin. Worcester again going long. Found Hart. Nice hold-up play by Worcester number 9. Oh, look for an in-behind through ball to Smith, but it's cut out well by Keenan. As Worcester now have a kick in back on the halfway line.
Goal line still the same since the turn of the first half.
Go long. As the Gloucester fans stating on Worcester's big day out. The score is 3-1, which it is currently with just over 6 minutes remaining. Worcester are going to need a goal to give themselves any chance of getting back in the game. As the ball comes towards us here on the halfway line. And the one will want to take the kick in for Gloucester. Takes a shot to Donovan. Back into Ellum. Nice little bounce pass. Good play between the two. Falls to Donovan. Cuts back and wins a good tackle by Rogers. It's been awarded as a sliding tackle, which is obviously not allowed in futsal. A little bit harsh. I'll let the two players come together with both players putting a good tackle in. Unfortunately there for Captain Rogers. It is a free kick for Gloucester now. Awkward angle to shoot from. Potentially looking for a cross or a pass here. Donovan plays it to Keenan. Oh, and just flips it behind. Oh, it's not even Keenan, sorry about it. There's been another change. Ellie Christmas has come back on for Ashmead, who's exited the pitch. With now just under 6 minutes remaining, it's still 3-1. A big 6 minutes left of the match. Can Gloucester hang on and secure another point for the Cheese? Llewellyn again does well.
Savage, great tackle. Charging Haywood, and she picks up the ball very well.
Yeah.
Plays it out.
To Christmas. Into Donovan. Donovan can switch
Great
it.
turn,
Oh,
and
lovely turn. Keenan's
Keenan
in. Big chance for Gloucester. Oh, it's off the post. Would you believe it? A great move. Christmas found Donovan down the sideline. Donovan switched to Keenan, who seemed to have, if anything, too much time. Cut back onto her right foot. Fired an effort towards goal, and it hit the post. Header, goalwards, saved by Goodwin. That is a massive chance, potentially to put the game to bed for Gloucester there.
I would have to say that's been the best bit of play we've seen. We've seen a great goal, but that touch, spin, and the pass,
Keenan
great
again.
shot from outside.
It's in! It's in! Keenan has got her goal eventually. She struck from distance midway through Worcester's half. Goodwin got hands to it again, but unfortunately could not keep the ball out. And it is 4-1 to Gloucester now. With just over 5 minutes remaining, that should be that, Kadeem.
That truly should be that. That was great bit of, those few seconds of football was absolutely superb. The Gloucester faithful are a bit of singing, a bit of dancing going on.
I think I saw the pause now. I think I saw the pause now over there.
I did see it myself. My goodness, that has been a great bit of football we've seen so far. Great goal. The keeper did get a decent glove to it, but it was not enough.
The power was too much, and it found the back of the net.
That seems to happen. That's happened already today. She's got a solid glove to the ball, but the shot seems to have enough power to defeat her.
Keenan there, putting in her defensive duties, just scoring. Makes a good tackle to win Gloucester the throw-in. With just over 5 minutes remaining, the score is now Gloucester 4, Worcester 1 here at Block Court. As Gloucester come forward yet again to try and get a fifth. But Savage now is driving forward. Oh, great touch. She's gone wide.
Ooh.
It's a big save by Hayward with her feet yet again. Obviously, she suffered that injury to her arm midway through the first half. Is now making some big saves with her legs and feet.
Use the rest of your body, I suppose.
Corner now for Worcester. They're going to need to score soon if they have any chance of getting back into the game. The referee just checking the goal. I think there's an issue at this time with Gloucester's goal.
Confusion between the referees.
Yeah,
I think knows what's going on.
I think it's all right. I think they're going to continue the game with a corner kick for Worcester. The referee just looking down the sideline, and he's going to get the game back underway. Here we go. Oh, big block by
Savage
there.
seems to have tweaked her foot ever so slightly. There. She is limping.
Llewellyn looking for a pass. Oh, goes long.
Outside the foot.
Okay. A bit long ball there. And he goes behind for a goal kick to Worcester with now just over 4.5 minutes remaining. It's looking like it will be a big victory here for Gloucester. And to make that varsity score, Kadeem, overall 6 points to 3.
That would be a big well, this could be a big win. But
oh, referee. He hasn't given it a nudge in the back there.
He seems
gives
happy
a free
with
kick. Oh, gives a kick in rather to Gloucester. Taking it quickly. Oh, quick thinking there by Donovan. Found Keenan, who fired just wide. She's claiming a deflection, but the referee has awarded a goal kick. Quick thinking there by Donovan to find her forward partner, but unfortunately just off target.
Just going back ever so quickly to that supposed foul. There was a few complaints from the Gloucester player from potential shove in the back from Savage, but the referee seemed pretty happy with it regardless.
Christmas does well there to win the ball. Llewellyn finds Donovan. Donovan does well into Llewellyn. Good feet. Back to Donovan. She strikes. Oh, and it's just wide. You can tell she wants that hat-trick badly, doesn't she? She wants to get that third goal to secure.
Talk to me about Donovan's performance so far this game. It's been, how would you describe?
I think whenever she's been on the pitch, she's been involved. She obviously, she's got on the ball a lot. She's a very technical, intricate player. She likes the 1-2s, but she's not afraid to strike from distance, as we did see with her first goal. A superb strike from range. And then her second goal was, superb feet to round the keeper and the defender to find the back of the net. But no, I feel like she's been a big performance, as has a number of players from a Gloucester perspective. I think Llewellyn at the back, she's been solid. Keenan obviously getting a goal, and at both ends of the pitch has played her part. Ashby down this right hand side has looked a threat. I think on the whole, Gloucester really, I'd say on the whole, they deserve their lead 4-1, and hopefully they can see out the final few minutes to achieve a victory.
Savage pressing high, looking to win that ball back.
Lovely pass by Llewellyn, finds Keenan. Keenan into Donovan.
1-2.
Donovan back into Keenan. Oh, it's a good cover and tackle by Hart, who's reared to the pitch. Looks to go long, and Savage could be in here. Oh, great keeping by Hayward. Come out.
Shot
As far as Rogers. Another block by Llewellyn. And Donovan now driving forward. Finds Keenan, who's in. Oh, big save by Goodwin to keep the score at just 4-1. Despite conceding 4, Kadeem, you have to admit, Goodwin in goal for Worcester has made a number of big saves. It could easily be, we're talking about 7, 8, 9 if it wasn't for her.
Very much, very, very true. I'd like to see the match facts after this game on from her saves, but she's done very well despite the goals conceded.
She probably would have been disappointed with a few of the goals she has conceded, but on the whole, she should be proud with her overall performance. Made a number of big saves. She's, been tested on several occasions throughout the game. But unfortunately, from a Worcester point of view, it's looking likely they are staring defeat in the barrel. 4-1 down with just over 3 minutes remaining. And Worcester kick in deep inside their own half. 4-1 to Gloucester.
Playing along now can be dangerous if not collected properly.
Oh, well intercepted there by 14 Christmas. She's driving forward. Finds Donovan. Good feet by Donovan. Cuts inside.
Donovan's on the ball. Plays in behind Keenan.
To Keenan.
On her right. Switches back to her left. Close control from Keenan.
Finds Donovan. Donovan back into Llewellyn. She's got a strike. She does it. It's blocked well. And here comes Rogers. They're breaking away. Llewellyn needs to get back in. Rogers does well. Oh, it's great cover and defending by Llewellyn to force her wide. And win the kick in. That is superb from Llewellyn. She gave the ball away, but she worked tremendously back to win the ball back and prevent Rogers from getting a shot off at goal.
Yeah, the Worcester captain did well to fend off the impending defender, but she did win in that duel. Gloucester playing well, still deep into the second half.
Just over 2.5 minutes remaining now at Plot Court. Gloucester 4, Worcester 1. Llewellyn does well, finds Christmas. Christmas lays it back to Donovan. Smart play, plenty of time for the number 7. Finds Llewellyn. Llewellyn into Christmas. Strikes. Save for Goodwin. Good passing football there by Gloucester there once again.
We've been seeing that all day from the Gloucester girls. Donovan working hard. Keenan providing the width.
Donovan applying good pressure there. Oh, and has won it back well.
Wins it back.
Won it back really well. Oh, and she's got it. She's got the hat-trick. Donovan makes it 5-1. What a goal. That was all from her own work. She pressurised, I think it was Annabelle Tregellis, deep in Worcester's half. Won the ball back in the corner. Cut back onto her lethal right foot and fired the ball into the bottom right-hand corner to grab her hat-trick and Gloucester's 5th. The score is Gloucester 5, Worcester 1. Kadeem.
She has been working hard all game. She truly deserves it, and she's reaping what she's sown. Absolute scenes at Plot Court as Worcester go forwards. Christmas working hard to keep her off the ball and retaining it.
Oh, great feed by Llewellyn in the corner and clears it well. Only as far as Mayo though. And Keenan picks it up, driving forward now. It's another 2v1. Donovan catching up the 4th. Oh, it's Keenan! What a goal from the Gloucester girls. A superb counter-attack. Llewellyn did superbly well in her own defensive third. Found Donovan, who then found Keenan, who then found Donovan, and Donovan unselfishly laid the ball off to Keenan, who tapped the ball from pretty much on the goal line to make it 6-1 now to Gloucester.
Great save. Yes, Ben, what are we seeing? What are we seeing? Goal. The floodgate has truly opened from that back-to-back goal we just witnessed. But it's been great play from the hard-working Donovan and the hard-working Keenan. Keenan been lethal, and Donovan just providing that.
Well, here we go again now. Gloucester looking to break forward again. Keenan finds Donovan. She's in
1-1.
again! Oh, she's in the post! How unlucky! Keenan with a superb threaded through ball pass found Donovan, who dinked Goodwin in the Worcester goal. But unfortunately for her, her strike found the post and not the back of the net.
We talked about it earlier with Worcester committing players, but this is the problem
it's
with doing
Christmas
that.
Chance! Oh, big tackle by
Hard
Rogers.
tackle.
Donovan again, good feet. Lays it off for Keenan. Under a minute left to go now. Llewellyn don't want to take a chance. She does well.
Donovan,
Donovan again. Oh! 4-4 Donovan. It is 7-1 to the University of Gloucestershire now. Unbelievable, good team. The floodgates have well and truly opened in this final couple minutes.
The blue touch paper has been well and truly lit. The floodgates have been open. The rain is pouring. The goals are going. How do you turn this girl off? Oh wait, that's how you do it. You take off the pitch.
Several changes now for Gloucester with under a minute to go. Kadeem, with under a minute to go now. Obviously, Gloucester 7, Worcester 1. I'm going to ask you for your player of the match. I feel like it's a pretty obvious selection. I know a number of Gloucester girls have put in a superb performance, but I'll let you have yours. Who would you give it to?
Oh yeah, truly, you got your answer yourself. Oh goodness me, great feet in the middle. You got your answer, mate. It has to be Donovan. Has to be. It's not even a question at this
Donovan
point.
with 4 goals, 7 for Gloucester. The score is Gloucester 7, Worcester 1, with just over 30 seconds remaining here at Plot Court. And Gloucester are looking like they're going to secure their 3rd point of this varsity to make the score now 6-3 as they come forward once again through the dangerous Keenan. Finds Lely, a great turn by the captain who strikes. And it's deflected into the hands of Goodwin. Now just 15 seconds remaining. Chance for Lelliot. Oh, and it's just past the post. Unlucky. The clock is ticking down. 10 seconds now left. The clock has stopped with just over 8 seconds remaining. 7-1 to Gloucester. What a superb performance has been from the futsal.
Ben, I've got to ask you, mate, in those last few seconds, what happened for
I think Worcester were trying to push forward to secure a goal to get back into the game, but they could not, unfortunately. The time has run out, and it is a win for Gloucester. 7-1, an absolute, thrashing in the end, Kadeem. It was close for a long period, 3-1 for the majority of the game, but the past few minutes, Gloucester really turned it on and managed to score 4 late goals to make it 7-1. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely fantastic, Ben. Absolutely, it's been a great day of futsal magic. It's hard to really come up with words at the moment. With just great attacking displays from both sides, but it was more one-sided, not unfortunately, but fortunately, and a great bit of just a great attacking display from Gloucester. 7 goals.
Well, obviously Donovan with 4, a superb performance by her individually. As you can see what it means to some of the Worcester players there, in tears, unfortunately, but they can be proud of their performance. It was a close game for a long period of the match, 3-1 for the majority of the match, but as we touched on, they needed to go for it late on to try and get back into the game. Unfortunately, they couldn't, and that left a lot of space in the attacking third for Gloucester to grab. So as we go live with Carl, who is joined by the Gloucester captain, Tash Lelliot.
Side with Gloucester captain Tash Lelliot. Tash, obviously big win today. Just how proud are you of the team?
It's alright.
Just how proud are you of the team today?
Yeah, massively. It's been a tough season, futsal-wise. We haven't been in Bucks this season, so we've literally come into this game with no match experience this year. So it's amazing to see, and the talent we've had this year is unbelievable. So really proud of the girls today, definitely.
Obviously, it was a disappointing loss last season. Just how happy are you to get revenge on Worcester?
Massively happy. It gives us the upper hand in football as well, so we're going to go in that with a much more positive mindset. So yeah, eyes on Monday from that one, definitely.
Just finally, do you think this will give, obviously, Gloucester 6-2 down coming into this, now it's 6-3, do you think this will give the other teams a boost?
You never know. I know it was a rough year last year, obviously, but you never know what's going to happen. We've got a whole week left, so we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Tash. Back to Ben and Kadeem.
Yes, no, thank you, Carl. You can see what it means there to Tash, the captain of the side. You know, captain of the side to us a massive 7-1 victory in the end. Kadeem, what were your thoughts on that second half?
Well, that second half started slow. It was ending the first half in 3-1, started the second half 3-1, and it stayed that for quite some time. But when the game started going, the game truly started going. Donovan proving to be a workhorse for that whole entire game, working hard in the middle of the pitch, getting on the ball as much as he could, playing the ball to her teammates, and getting the ball back up for herself, and getting the goals when they needed them.
Yeah, no, it was some superb, it was pretty much ruthless finishing from Gloucester in the end. Obviously, grabbing those 4 late goals to, make the margin a massive scoreline in the end, 7-1. That now makes the score overall in Varsity Worcester 6, Gloucester 3, with the American football to come up tonight at 6 o'clock. I believe they could be underway by now, I'd imagine, as it's now 7:15 due to the delayed kickoff here for the Worcester. So that game is currently underway as we speak, as the Gloucester girls go over to the goal to get a team photo. A tremendous performance by all involved, a thoroughly deserved victory in the end, I'd say. I feel like Worcester, they clearly had a tactic of, trying to go long ball to try and, pin Gloucester back. But I feel like the Gloucester defence, especially, the likes of Llewellyn, Keenan, Donovan, Napa, they defended it with it really well. Did not allow Worcester to gain any, territorial advantage. And I feel like possession-wise, or especially on the aisle passing-wise, I feel like Gloucester were the better team.
Very much so. To be honest, that's something I would have liked to see a bit more from the Worcester attack. If those long balls did work, what would that have resulted in? This must have been something that they worked on because they depended on it so much throughout this game. But for the Gloucester girls to keep cutting it out,
would you like to see a change of tactic, maybe for the game?
A change of tactic needed to happen during the second half, but that never came. And now we got the results that we have. But towards the end of that game, like you said earlier, when we were talking about for them how to get back in the game, they tried it, and it just didn't work out at all. It got worse.
I feel like Gloucester had a clear identity of, you could tell they were trying to play out from the back a lot there. Keeper Hayward was rolling out a lot of passing out from the back, especially when Napa was on the pitch or when Llewellyn was on the pitch. They were sort of maybe like deep line anchor, getting on the ball, playing the bounce passes to open up the Worcester defence. And as we tell, they created a number of chances. Goalkeeper Goodwin for Worcester made a number of saves. Despite conceding 7, it could have easily been, at least double digits if it wasn't
easily. But she should be very proud of her performance. With the shots that Gloucester did have, she made some great saves. Obviously, you did say earlier she should make a couple of saves that then unfortunately didn't roll into the goal for her. But it's not a poor performance. I would say it's not a poor performance at all.
Not at all.
She's worked very, very hard.
Well, we obviously now have the American football going on as we speak. The next fixtures of Varsity will be on Friday. We have the women's rugby at 1 o'clock, followed by the men's rugby at 4 o'clock, which is at Cheltenham Tigers Rugby Club. On the Monday, we will have the men's football at 4 o'clock, followed by the women's football at 6:30. Maybe this was a bit of an insight for the women's football game for Gloucester City FC. And then on the Wednesday, at Worcester Wednesday, we have dance, basketball and netball at Worcester Arena. Currently 6-3, Kadeem, as we've touched on a lot. Do you believe that Gloucester, if they win this American football, that, is still all to play for in regards of the overall Varsity trophy?
There's so much time. There's so many games still to play. And they have a great opportunity to level it up, to get it even 6-4, to get it 6-4 later this evening, and then go beyond and carry on. But there's a lot of sports still to play, a lot of action to catch up with. I'm very happy with the girls' performances this evening. A lot of great football played, very, very good football played, hard football played. When they took a knock, they got back up and played harder, so it's no problem at all. Keep it going for the American football. American football team is a very, very good side, but this evening's game has been fantastic.
Well, no, Kadeem, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. We've ended the day on a high for Gloucester, 6-3. Can we turn it around with the future Varsity games? That's been all from us at Plot Court. Thank you and goodbye.